on OneNote. I don't know if you've ever used it. It's like an online Microsoft Word thingy.
No, but carry on.
It's quite good because it's like a notebook, so you can draw on it and make notes in boxes and move it about.
Yeah,
OneNote's fantastic. I use it loads.
Yeah, but because I've got a Google Hangout window open on the screen and I've got Paint open because I've got some pictures I want to screen share with you, and the only way I could work it was through Paint, which is a long story and fairly boring. And I've also got something else open with the sound effects. I didn't have room for it on the computer, so I've got that on my tablet on my lap. And I just pressed it and it turned itself off, and I was like, "Oh, don't do that!" It's got my notes on it. But anyway, pretty rubbish story, but there it is.
Just change the sleep settings on your tablets. It doesn't turn itself off.
Yeah, no, I don't mean it turned itself off. I mean I touched it and it started, because you can write stuff and it puts it in little boxes. You can move them around, and so yeah, it did something I wasn't expecting it to do. But it's quite a good little program. It's free and it's compatible with Microsoft Word and all the other bits. It's quite good. Anyway,
What's that?
Bollocks.
Yeah.
Really quickly, what's armor class for studded leather? Is it 13?
What's what?
I'd have to look it up.
Hang on, I've got it here. So I've got studded leather on.
Kinky bastard. Must be
So the gold cost.
Oh no, the actual AC. I forgot to put it in.
13. I
Plus
think it is.
13.
Yeah, 12 plus
13.
No, was it studded leather?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 12 plus dex modifier.
Hello.
Okay.
I think. Sorry, I was looking at the from the PHP. Sorry.
Cool. Right. We're good to go whenever you want.
Yeah. Okay. Craig, how's it going your end?
A few audio issues at the moment.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's the headphones that we're using or whether it's the internet or the laptop or what. It's working fine on mine, but on Lou's laptop it's not working very well. It keeps clipping the audio.
Could you not just sit next to each other and use your one? Would that work? Or
You get feedback issues that way though.
no, I mean use the same screen, sort of. Same
Yeah,
computer with the same screen, or
Yeah, but you've only got one headphone. That's the problem.
oh, you don't have a.
You'd have feedback issues.
Steve, is there a link for this Twitch thing so we can sign in so you get the viewer count?
There is indeed. It is. Twith, not Twith. That.
Tom, your character's called Flint, is that right?
Yeah.
Yep, Flint. Mike, what's your chap's name?
Derek.
Derek. Louise and Claire. Steve, who you got? Lockie, have you? Is it?
Lock, yeah.
Lock.
You've got a flintlock.
Oh, very smart.
Sorry.
Tom, if you want to describe your weapons as like muskets and pistols and stuff,
That's
using
what I've
the same
done.
stats, you're more than welcome to do. Just for a bit of flavour.
I've ended up with a cutlass and a musket with sight.
But to be honest with you, I think stick with a hand crossbow. Probably go for long rifle with a long bow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just if you want to describe it like that, as long as you use the stats for the appropriate stats, that's fine. If you want.
I had to do some digging, but I've got some interesting stats because I've gone for a short sword, a blunderbuss, and really old-fashioned grenades. You know, the ones that look like miniature cannonballs with the
Oh,
with
like
the fuse on the top. Yeah, the little black balls with the fuse sticking out the top.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I've gone for those. But
Oh.
I'd do some digging on D&D Wiki for that.
That should be interesting to see. Cool. How are we getting on, Craig?
We're going to try and see how it goes. Lou's getting some audio issues, but she's going to try and see how it goes.
Okay. So shall I begin?
You ready? Yeah.
Okay. Right. I don't. So, Steve, did you want to do an intro for your channel first, or do you want me to?
No,
say,
you're good. Just go ahead, mate.
Are you recording now, are you? Or?
Yeah, just gone.
Okay. Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the game tonight. It's called La Santa Maria. It's a one-shot game I wrote a little while ago. We've got 5 players tonight. We've got Steve, Craig, Louise, Tom and Mike. In a sec, I'll ask each of them to introduce themselves and introduce the characters they're going to play. It's a theatre of the mind game, but I will try and do some screen sharing with a few pictures and add a bit of background music as we goes. Technology notwithstanding, we'll see how we get on with that. Hopefully it'll be fine. Enjoy the show and we'll crack on. We'll start with Steve, who's hosting the Twitch. He can introduce his character and tell us a bit about himself. Steve.
I'm playing Locke, a wood elf sort of reskinning as a pirate. He's the lookout guy traditionally on a ship. He's a long lost sort of lover at sea, and he went to sea to find her, never got there, and had nothing left to go home to. So he now fills his days getting coin where he can and taking up voyages as a lookout for people.
Right. Okay. Craig, tell us about your character.
Hi. I am playing Swab, a half-orc monk who is usually drunk and very quick about the ship.
Half-elf and monk.
Half-orc.
Oh, half. So a drunk half-orc monk.
How dare you?
I'm quite jealous in actual fact. So, Tom, welcome tonight. Tell us about your character, Flint, I believe.
Yeah. I'm Tom. I'll be playing a Flint Lockwood, who is a human variant ranger. More or less, he's a bit of a ladies' man, but kind of gets him in trouble because he goes for the higher end sort of lady.
That could be interesting in the game to follow. Okay, thanks for that. Mike, tell us about Derek.
So Derek is a dwarf. He's cousin to the long lost Colin, who in previous games, obviously, he was the a ship's doctor. Derek forms part of the gun crew on board most ships, so he's usually below decks, manning cannons. If he does go out, he's usually first to go over the side for boarding parties. He's got his sword in hand. He's got a blunderbuss, and he likes throwing grenades about. He's pretty crazy.
Oh, excellent. And for those who don't know, Colin perished deep in the Sunless Citadel. He was a victim to Balak the Bad, or Balak, whatever he was called. Yeah, so that's where he ended up. Okay, thanks for that. Louise, introduce your character. Hello.
Hold on, she's muted.
Yeah.
I've no idea how to.
Go on to the Hangout chat. Click the button that's white with the microphone with a line to it. No. Need to.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Technophobes.
I'm Louise. I'm playing Laura, a half-elf druid that focuses on the sea and coast. I've tagged along with Swab for a few voyages.
So half-elf druid. Is
Yeah.
that what you said? Yeah. Okay. Cool. And the name was Laura. Did you say?
Lura.
So, oh, beg your pardon. Laura.
I'm quite protective of my little elf.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Craig, I didn't
Bit
catch
like a
the name
pet,
of your
really.
What was the name of your half-orc, Craig? I didn't catch it. Sorry, mate.
Swab.
Swab. Yeah,
You know,
swab the deck.
Swab the deck because that's all I'm good for as an orc.
Okay, cool. Right. So without further ado, then we'll crack on with the game. So, right. I've got where we go. That. I've got. Bear with me a second. So we. Oh God, I can't see it now. But this isn't working very well. Right, can you see that picture? All right.
Bits of it.
I can see a picture.
I can.
There we go. How's that?
There you go. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Right.
it's because it works on the audio. Click on Ollie's picture.
Yeah, so you can see that. Okay, good.
There you go.
Is that showing up on the full screen? Okay, yeah.
I don't have a full screen of it, but
No, we've only got the tiny little bit of it.
Oh, right, 1 second. Let me do it again. Sorry, I'm learning as well with this bloody.
hold on, Ollie.
How's that? Okay.
Nope.
Right.
I can see it.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go.
This is
Okay.
all-
So slowly you come to and drearily open your eyes. You find yourself in a room, in a stone vaulted room lined with beds. The smell of stale blood, sweat, and sick bodies assaults your nose. You're dressed in a grubby gown, and can't see your weapons or equipment. On the far side of the room, a woman in a nurse's gown is tending to one of the patients. As you come to your senses, you feel a dull burning sensation on your forearm. Looking, you see a large black tattoo of a black snake. It appears to be slightly moving as the burning ebbs and flows.
Ooh, how much did I drink this time?
Are we in any way sort of tied down or anything, or just
No, you're in a bed. You're in a grubby
Just
little
sort of
bed
sleeping
with
in bed.
a nightgown on, and a room full of other kind of patients.
Was it just the one nurse there? Was it?
Yeah, there are. There's a couple of ladies sort of milling around, but there's one nurse who's a bit nearer to you than some of the others.
Right. Okay. And are we all like in beds close to each other, adjacent to each other, or spread out?
Yeah, you're all in beds next to one another. Yeah.
I'd like to call call the nurse over. I'll call the nurse over and say, "How much you've been drinking?"
Oh, hello. I don't know about your drinking. You were brought here late last night. Jesus Christ! There's a dog in the hospital.
It's funny.
It's a werewolf.
2 seconds. By the door. It's ambience for the port town. Sorry, I missed the last part because of the direwolf.
Yeah, so she says, I don't know about your drinking. You were brought here late last night.
I only lasted last night. Oh, I'm getting too old for this.
Locke would sit up and be like, "Ugh, where is here?"
You're in the hospital in Port Royal.
Why? What's wrong with me?
Well, I don't know. You were brought here last night. We just tended to you, and you've just woken up.
Derek just rubs his face and rubs his hands down over his beard. He just sits up and says, "Who brought us here last night?"
Well, Rose and some of the locals from the Rusty Anchor brought you here. You know, the pub in the town.
Well, lads, sounds like we had a good night last night.
My head certainly feels like it.
I remember that.
I'm glad one of us does. I don't remember a single thing.
I remember a few of the locals owing me some money. I think they could drink me under the table.
I think the last thing I remember was some blonde-haired, I think elf my head on my knee. But that, nope. After that, I haven't got a clue.
Are we in a
Laura's still asleep with the bed next to her.
get up and get out of there, or
Yeah, you're not restrained in your bed or anything like that. You're a patient in a hospital.
Excuse me,
Do we know
nurse.
each other?
Yes.
We know each other.
Nurse,
Yeah.
do you have a pitcher of water? I bet still some more ale.
I can get you some water. Hold on. And a couple of moments later, she comes back with some suspiciously cloudy-looking water.
Can't be any worse than what they serve in these taverns. What's your name, miss?
Oh, my name's Dorothy.
Dorothy, much obliged, and for all your help throughout the night. I need to slip her a gold piece.
You're very welcome, but you don't have anything with you at the moment. You've got no clothes or equipment or any of your belongings. Other than the nightgown you're wearing, you're starkers.
Derek starts waving his hand and he just says, "Excuse me, lass, excuse me, which was the name of that tavern again?"
The Rusty Anchor in the town. Everyone knows it. It's the most popular tavern here in Port Royal.
And what about our clothes?
Your clothes, they're just in the office there for safekeeping, that's all. But everyone on the ward has to be in a nightgown.
How about you pass back our clothes and the equipment and we'll go off to this Rusty Anchor? I think that's probably the best place to get some answers.
Oh,
this
well,
point-
what's left of your stuff is in the office. You're free to go whenever you like. Just keep that tattoo that you've got there hidden, because people won't like to see that.
And why not?
Well, that's the mark of Captain Sanchez.
Who?
Captain Sanchez.
Oh.
Who's she?
Captain Sanchez. He's the captain of the ghost ship there in the harbour. I can't say too much about it. It's bad luck to talk about Captain Sanchez.
Hey, you know what, lads? I bet that ghost ship's got some good plunder.
And as you're sort of talking about it, you can feel the tattoo that you've now got kind of burning on your forearm there, and it almost seems to move as you're looking at it.
I don't know about you lot, but I'm burning to go and have a look.
Aye.
At this point, I'll sort of stand up with this nightgown that just barely comes down to cover my waist.
Oh! Dorothy backs up and blushes a little bit.
Could you not get one in a bigger size?
Well, the trader in the market said it was one size fits all, so...
At which
One
point,
leg, maybe.
Derek's going to jump off the bed, landing on top of the gown and fall off himself, and probably rip the gown off, I'd imagine.
Oh, goodness me! Your clothes are in the office over there.
Is the beard as long on top as it is on bottom?
Hey.
As this is all being said, I've already gone up.
A little naked dwarf running across the floor with beard flowing behind him.
Hey, Steve, is your channel got age restricted yet?
It will be by the end of tonight.
Oh,
It sucks, doesn't it, when people
yeah.
do this to your stream?
I
They
don't
should
mind.
have put a warning
There
in
is a warning before you click on it for mature audiences.
Oh, good. I will try not to swear, but I can't guarantee it.
Well, not my potty mouth like.
Yeah.
Terrible. Locke's gonna stand up and give a big stretch.
Oh my goodness.
Right, fellas. I say we get going. And he'd take a huge... He wouldn't pick up a glass. He'd take the full picture that this lady's giving him and just spilling it all down his long, like, beard, all down his little whiskers, down the lot. Ah, that's way better.
So you can see just to one side, there's a kind of a little room that you sort of suppose is the office. It's the direction she pointed in.
I'm already in there pulling my. I've put my
Yeah.
trousers on. I'm pulling my boots on. Ready to-
So as you get dressed, you sort of have a quick check. Everything seems to be in order, but any money that you might have had appears to be missing. Other than that, you've got everything you're used to having.
I'm noticing that my coin purse seems to be empty. I'm going to step out into the water. Hey, lassie! Where's my money gone?
But I don't know. You were brought in like that. That's all I know. You'd have to
Get insurance.
you'd have to talk to Rose.
I had 1,200 gold in here last night.
I ask who Rose is.
Rose is she's the landlady of the Rusty Anchor.
I say we go and have a word with this Rose.
I agree.
Locke could go and pat Swab on the back. Are you ready, my friend? And he'd extend a hand down to Laura to help her up off the bed.
Mm-hmm.
She's still not quite with it at the moment.
Bit groggy.
Yeah.
He'd
She sort of blushes at the fact that a man's like trying to grab hold of her
Sling her over your shoulder.
while she works out how to unmute the microphone.
Okay. So you setting off to the tavern, or what? Would you fancy doing?
I'm off to the tavern. I want the money.
Yeah.
Hair of the dog.
I
I want a
agree.
drink.
Okay, so as you sort of step outside the hospital, it's kind of late in the afternoon, and the warmth more than anything hits you. There's warm palm trees are just blowing in the gentle breeze, and you're quite high up. You can sort of see down over Port Royal, the town where you're at. It's a tropical kind of climate, and the nice golden blue sea out, and you can see in the harbour there's a few ships, and there's one that sort of stands out as looking kind of ramshackle and worse for wear and stuff. And the town stretches out in front of you. You kind of plenty of people mooching about. There's a sort of a town square a little bit further down, and it's not long before you come to the Rusty Anchor. So it's a ramshackle pub, stands before you. As you enter, the noise hits you. Packed full of drinkers with its low ceiling and timber beams. Let me just turn that noise down a second. It's very noisy in this pub. Hold on. Oh, that's better. Okay. So, packed full of drinkers with its low ceiling and timber beams. On a hot evening like this, you could cut the air with a knife. In the corner, you notice a couple of large ogres giving you a funny look, but other than that, the place is alive with laughter and song. Standing behind the bar is a blonde lady in her mid-30s, serving ale in large pewter tankards, laughing and making merry with the customers.
Derek's going to storm straight over to the bar. He slams his hands onto it whilst sort of peering over the top of it, I'd imagine. Because I imagine it's a bit higher up than where he would be standing at 5 foot.
There's a little picture there for you. Just
I can't
Can
see
only
it.
see a thin bar.
Yeah, I can't see very much of
is
it.
that not working out, the old picture thing?
I sent you a
The first
picture on
one was.
Facebook, actually, of a screenshot of what it looks like.
Yeah, that's a nuisance. All right, I'll leave the pictures out then. I wanted them to pop up on the big screen, but obviously it's.
Yeah.
I've
There's
done
a screenshot I just sent you of what it looks like to us.
Ollie,
Oh, okay.
you should be able to just open the picture and share the window.
Oh no, what might work? Give me 1 second. Hold on. Oh shit! No, that was not right. Screen share.
A good old screen share.
Oh,
Try that.
That's
Is that
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that.
There you go.
Look at that bosom wench on the right.
This is the Rusty Anchor public house in the heart of Port Royal, run by Rose, who I will now try and show you a picture of.
It says Rose the one on the right.
She's the one in this next JPEG. Flint, in particular, might like young Rose, so bear with me.
is it a young rose, is it?
How's that?
Well, that's a lovely
There's-
looking maid, isn't it?
There's young Rose. I couldn't find any pewter tankards, so I'm afraid you'll have to imagine that they're pewter. But this is young Rose.
So, Derek stormed up to the bar. He slammed his hands on the bar and he said, "Hey, you lassie, you Rose.
Hello there. How are you doing?
Where is my money?"
Oh, I don't know about your money. I was pleased to see you in one piece, though. They put you back together in the hospital, I see.
Back together, eh? What?
Don't you remember a thing, my lovely?
No, I can't say I do.
Oh, you were the life and soul of the party last night, so you were. We found you out in the alleyway. I think somebody must have gotten hold of you as you left. I don't know. I couldn't see a nice fellow like you and your friends there being in trouble, so I got you up to the hospital.
What about the rest of us?
Well, you were all out in the alley there. You must have come
I can believe you can carry 5 points, but I don't know if you can carry 5 of us.
Well, some of the locals helped me.
I'm going to turn to the rest of the group and just say, I reckon it's the leaders.
How are you feeling now, anyway? Are you feeling better?
What are you for that?
Oh,
Thirsty.
I could do with another ale, but we have no coin to pay you right now.
That's okay. You can have an ale on the house, young master.
And you know why that is, don't you? She took our money.
No, don't be silly, you. And she like sort of chucks you on the cheek. And you were here having fun and laughter and gambling and drinking and singing like all the rest of them. We found you out in the alleyway there, me and old Tom and some of the others. We got you up to that there hospital.
You got paid for your services in the process. What about this here tattoo? I didn't have that this morning. Or yesterday morning.
Give us a quick look. Show me your tattoo. Lots of sailors around here have tattoos. You're going to have to nail it down for us.
I'll display lures.
So she looks at the tattoo and she's sort of taken aback a little bit. Ooh. And her voice kind of drops quite low now. And she says, that's the mark of Captain Sanchez, that is. That's not a good thing to have on yourself.
I told you you'd get me into trouble.
Why don't you...
I got a feeling I'm not going to be seeing much more of you lot.
I asked why so.
Well, let me tell you about the curse of Captain Sanchez. I'm guessing you don't know much about it. You don't seem to be from around these parts.
In all honesty, I think last night was the first night I spent in this establishment. But by what you're saying, I spent most of it outside on the in the gutter.
So, the curse of Captain Sanchez. Once a month, a ghost ship called the Santa Maria arrives in the harbour under the command of El Capitan Sanchez and his crew of unnatural sailors. They usually stay a night or two, during which time they recruit unwilling strangers and low-level crooks. I found
You call it a low-level crook.
Oh yeah, they get transported to the diamond jungle mines of Chult, never to be seen again. The victims wake to find a serpent tattoo on their forearm. At midnight, they seem to change almost into zombies, and they make their way to the pirate ship. They willingly climb aboard, and we never see no more of them.
What time is it now, lassie? You telling me we got till midnight?
You got till midnight. The time now, looking at the clock on the wall there, is 8:30.
Jesus Christ.
Well, looks like we're going to have to go have a word with Mr. Sanchez.
Well, we got 2 options. We can either drink ourselves to oblivion, which sounds good, or I suppose we could spend the next few days drinking ourselves to oblivion. Let's go speak to Sanchez.
I've got a better idea. Before you go speak to Sanchez, I reckon these augurs have got something to do with this. They gave us a funny look when we came in.
They're ogres. They always look funny.
Yeah. When she went quiet and sort of was looking at your arm, you could sort of see them looking up a little bit. They're definitely keeping an eye on you.
Derek's just sort of going to look across the bar. Hey, you, ogre! What do you know?
It just
That was very strange.
he kind of just looks around at the busy room and kind of just ignores you at the moment. Can I give you a bit of advice if you don't mind me saying?
What's that?
Well, I quite like you. You were quite funny, so I'm going to try and help you. There is one way to get rid of this here curse, you see, because if you just go marching down there and see, that's what I'm worried about. You're going to go marching down there and see Captain Sanchez, and marching down there and going to see Captain Sanchez is never a good idea, because I don't think you're going to come back. But look, there is a way to break the curse.
Go on.
Go on.
I'm
I mean,
listening.
by all means, if you want to go down there and see Captain Sanchez, you go for it. But Captain Richards won't like it. He's the master of the town. And Captain Sanchez, he's a pirate and he's a ghost and he's got a ghost ship and he's got. So if that's what you want to do, you go and do that. I'm not telling you can't do that. What I'm saying to you is there might be another way. Now, there's a mad old witch doctor that lives up on them hills there called Amawabawi.
I'm a war about there.
Now, Amawabari, I'll probably say, Amawabari might know about curses and stuff. Well, in fact, I know she knows about curses and things. So, happen you go and see her, and she might know how to get that there tattoo off your arm. And she might know how to get rid of Captain Sanchez. On the other hand, she might not know nothing.
Did we when we got our clothes back? Obviously, you said the money was gone. Did we get our all our equipment, such as weapons, back?
Yeah, you got everything except your money.
Okay.
So we go see this witch doctor Ongo Bongo, and she'll lift the curse.
Ombongo.
Well, there is one problem. We're going to see the witch doctor.
Well, of course there is.
She's gonna want paying.
No, she's mental.
Oh.
That's the problem with her. She's mental. Yeah, she will tell you stuff. She don't want pain, but well, she sort of wants pain. She's a bit of an addict. She likes her tobacco and she likes her honey rum. So I reckon if you take her some honey rum and some tobacco, then she'll most probably tell you anything.
I don't suppose, Rose, that you'd be willing to give us a bit of honey and tobacco temporarily.
Well, I'd love to, but we don't really sell much honey rum. If you look around here, look at all these sailors. They're not really the sort that likes honey rum. They like their dark navy rum. Or dark or ale.
Do you know where we could procure some, maybe?
I most definitely know where you can procure some. There is a young man in the market, a trader, with a blue three-cornered hat. And he sells stuff under the table, if you see what I'm saying. He's a man who's got your honey rum, I would have thought.
Sounds like my kind of man.
Down on the dock, he sells cheese normally, but if you nod him the wink and wink him the nod, he might be able to sort you out some honey rum. But, and then there's a warehouse down on the quayside, on the front. They had a shipment of tobacco, special tobacco, if you know what I'm saying. The special sort of tobacco that the witch doctor likes. They got some of that there.
And what's the name? What's the name of these people we need to look for?
Well, I don't know the name of the trader, but I know he's got a blue three-cornered hat. It might be John, but then it might not.
And oh God, I don't know.
So we look for a cheese vendor, nod him under the table, get his rum.
You nod in the wink and you wink in the nod.
That's what I'm saying. I'm liking it. You listen to what I'm saying. It's good.
And what's the name of the person in the warehouse?
Well, I don't know about that. I don't have no dealings with the warehouse. Some of these sailors here talk about it, and I see the stuff going in and out. It's a bit of a no questions asked kind of warehouse. You know what I'm saying?
And what are we gonna do about any gold? You took all our gold earlier, so what are we gonna do about gold?
I didn't take any. The only thing I took is you to hospital, my lovely.
I don't believe you. It's got something to do with you or these ogres. One of you has got me gold.
No.
He's a dwarf.
I mean, them ogres might have some gold. To be honest with you, I think them ogres might have something to do with Captain Sanchez, so you better be careful about them ogres.
Mr. DM, you're getting a lot of praise over your voices.
Oh, thank you very much, my lovelies.
Derek just slips his hand into his like a satchel and pulls out one of these grenades and says, I've got a thing for them ogres if they don't give me what I want.
How many of these
I'm
ogres?
really liking you.
How many ogres is there?
What be your name again?
Sorry?
What be your name again, my lovely? I'm liking your style.
Derek. Cousin
Derek.
of Colin. You might have heard of Colin around these parts.
Oh, Colin, I know Colin. I've not seen him for about 6 months or so.
No, he's dead.
Oh.
Oh. I am sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't be, you're no bastard.
Last I heard of Colin, he was going off with that old Durzo fellow. I heard some rumours about gold.
Did he die well?
I don't know, I wasn't there, to be honest.
Well,
Oh, well, I am sorry to hear that. I hope he died with a whore on his lap and a pint in his hand.
Oh, he definitely had a pint in his hand, I could guarantee you that.
Oh, good luck to him. Have another drink. We'll drink to Colin.
Yar!
yarr.
Oh,
Ah. Good evening to Mark Palmer. It's him praising your voices.
oh, hello there, Mark, my friend. I know you.
We do.
Hello, laddie. How did you get onto this thing anyway? Where's this? What is this?
I don't bloody know. It's a Twitch or an itch or something like that. There's a cream for it. I got some under the counter.
I'll put a link in the Hangouts window.
Yeah, go on then. Because I can't see any of this.
So, my lovelies, it's 38 minutes past 8 now, so you've only got a couple of hours before you turn into one of them zombie things. What is it you're thinking you're going to be doing?
I reckon, how many of these ogres are over there? I don't know why I'm using Derek's voice for some reason.
two ogres are over there.
Two.
Two.
I say we go see these ogres. There's more of us than them.
Oh, well, look, here you go. Take a drink with you as well.
Thank you, Rose. Pleasure.
The pleasure's all mine, my lovelies.
See you later, Mark.
I can't see this Twitch thing at all, mate, to be honest.
It's Twitch.
I'm not going to look, because I'll just get annoyed with myself working it.
Branch 88.
It's a lot easier if you get the Twitch app. I think I subbed to your channel the other day, yeah, Steve. But some other random dude was streaming on it.
Oh, it hosts other people when I'm not on it. Like, it hosts, like Lee Brook is one of the ones it hosts and stuff like that.
There's something called Blue Smock.
Yeah.
I think I might actually subscribe to his channel.
If anyone's got
sold me a dodgy.
I'll put it in the actual Facebook channel and then we'll carry on. Then it's...
I can see it now. There's an advert in the...
Yeah, you might have to mute it or you might get feedback. Anyway, I reckon we go see these ogres. What say you all?
Aye, let's go see the ogres.
Sounds good to me.
I'm going to stand up with Derek and start walking across. Say again, sorry, Tom.
I was going to say, whilst everyone's walking around over towards the ogres, is it possible to sort of like hide, sort of get an advantage point away from them, just to put cover just in case there's more than just the ogres in here?
Yeah, that's fine. You can quite easily blend in the crowd. It's a very busy pub, and with not much effort, you can kind of slip into the shadows and just put yourself to one side for a moment. Yeah, no worries.
Whilst I'm doing that, though, am I able to maybe cut a few purses?
Oh, well, you're going to have to give us a sleight of hand check for that. So it's a crowded pub. There's various tables with people gambling and playing cards, and there's young ladies wandering around, and there's half-cut sailors sort of
I'll give
wandering
him a
around.
hand. I'll bump into the tables as a distraction.
Oh, okay, excellent. Okay, so give us a... So who do you want to sort of go for? What kind of person are you looking for?
I'm more or less going to go for the drunkest, the drunk of the drunk sort of thing. Pick the easy, see if there's anything that they got. I'm not too sort of, how should I put it? Not easy purses, more or less. Could go for the easy purse.
Okay.
Anything else.
Okay, so as you sort of move in towards one of the sailors who's hanging around, looking particularly worse for wear. Swab knocks into one of the card tables, and the guys turn around. Oi, watch yourself! So everyone in the pub kind of stops and looks over that way. So if you want to give us a sleight of hand check with advantage for that.
Yeah, I've got double 17, so plus 7 on top. That's 24.
Oh, smashed it! Yeah. So without any trouble at all, you go through this old sailor's hanky. You find a couple of fish bones. There's a dirty hanky, and there is a purse. It's got probably 3 silver pieces, a gold piece, and 2 copper pieces in it.
While he's doing that, I'll try and intimidate the sailor. Who put that table there? You can see me coming from a mile off.
The 3 guys who are playing cards all kind of look at you and sort of puff their chests out and you watch yourself. You want to make something of it?
Oi. What are you going to do about it, short one?
And they will sort of stand up and start reaching for their swords. Do you want to give us an invitation?
Locke's going to stand up and go, I suggest you don't.
And they're kind of looking around and starting to count how many of you are together. So
15.
give us an intimidation.
As he does that, am I able to actually push my knife into his back? So
My
he feels like the actual tip.
Intimidation is a modified 20.
Oh yeah, and that what they feel the sort of the point of the knife in the back, and they're coming to realise that Swab's not on his own. He's actually with 3 or 4 other people. And they're like, okay, we'll let you off this time. Just you just watch yourself. And as they sit down, an ace falls out of the sleeve of one of them, and they all start arguing about it between themselves, and quite quickly forget about you guys.
While they're arguing, I'll pick up their drinks off the table and give one to Laura.
Cool.
Derek has made his way across to these
At
ogres,
least say thank you, lass.
and he's got this grenade still, and he's sort of like just juggling it between his 2 hands. And he just sort of calmly walks up to them and goes, you 2, what do you know about this tattoo?
At the same time he's doing that, I'm going to sort of be next to him, sort of foot up on one stool and casually sort of light a cigar and keep the match held next to me. So I'm going to sort of...
So they sort of sit there, they look at each other, and then they look back at you and go, who the fuck are you?
I'm Derek, and I want to know, firstly, where's my gold? Secondly, what is this tattoo got to do with me? And what do you know about it?
Now listen, I don't know nothing about your gold. If you don't go away, you're going to be flat as a pancake. You're going to become my next toy. Do you understand? That mark is the mark of my governor, and you'll be meeting him sooner or later. So I suggest you make the most of your last 2 hours on this miserable planet.
Don't threaten me, laddie. You see his cigar and this thing in my hand? That'll make you go boom.
He
Start
kind of
talking.
looks.
Locke
He
takes a big
kinda
puff
looks
off his
at you
cigar and
and,
blows the smoke at him.
He sort of looks at you, and in a similar style to how you'd flick a Sabutio ball, he flicks his pint glass straight at you. Now bugger off! I told you once.
Right, I've had enough of this, lad. Give me your cigar.
I take one long drag and then pass it straight over to Derek.
I'm going to roll for intimidation. What do I get for intimidation? Where it is intimidation on here? So I'm using a different character sheet to what I would normally use. There it is. I get.
It's been so long
5.
since I've used physical dice on a sheet. It's confusing as
I
hell.
know.
Your
I've got
intimidation
19
roll.
for intimidation.
Intimidation roll will be with disadvantage because these ogres aren't very bright, I'm afraid.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I rolled a 19. So with disadvantage, I need to do it again, don't I? It's the lower of the 2. So it's coming in at 15.
Excellent. Well, they have.
Point... Sorry?
They are extremely dense and unwise, but somewhere between the two brain cells, as between their eyes, they've decided that probably they don't want the aggro, and they're getting up and they go, now we'll let you have this one because we like Rose, but don't think you ain't seen the last of us. And as they walk past, they kind of shoulder barge you, and they kick over another table with some people who are playing cards on it, and they sort of storm out. No one in the pub challenges them; they're not that stupid, and they storm out the door, slamming it as they go.
We were stupid enough.
Well, it still didn't answer where the gold's, gone. Really, did it?
From my vantage point, do I see anyone else that sort of gets up and goes with them, or does anyone else follow? Or
No one else has followed, but you can sort of tell that just about everybody in the pub was scared of these two ogres. When they pushed over this table and no one's here, it's almost if the guys who were playing cards at the table apologised for playing cards and being in their way.
so if that's the case, then I'll make my way back over to the rest of the group, and as I do, I'll put down a silver on the table of the sailor who I cut the purse off and said, "Here you go, buy yourself a drink." Carry on walking towards the others.
Horror! Thank you, my son.
Locke gives you a sort of a knowing wink and a smile as you get there. Right.
Steve become the invisible man?
Is what, sorry?
Has Steve become the invisible man?
Why?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Ah.
I presume I'm still looking because I can see myself on stream.
I can hear
I
and see you.
him.
Welcome
Must be just me then.
Oh, Laura, welcome back.
Ah, Laura's back.
Give me 2
Hey.
seconds. I just need to do something real quick. I'll be right back, all right?
No worries.
2 seconds.
You're one of these knowledgeable types. Do you know anything about this dear Sanchez?
No.
So,
I'm sure you must have read something in one of your books, your history books.
she is a bit of a bookworm, that one.
Mm-hmm. Who are you talking about? Sorry, two?
Laura.
Laura.
Oh, big pond.
Can I do a history check to see if I know it?
To see if she knows anything about Captain Sanchez.
Captain Sanchez. What do you know about Captain Sanchez? Okay. I can't really hear her, so you're going to have to try.
Oh, that's because she's muted herself again.
Oh, yeah.
She, from what I
Louise,
heard, she wants to do a history check
Oh, you want to do it?
because she's a bit of a bookworm sort of thing.
She's muted you, apparently.
No, they're just breaking off.
Oh, you're breaking up apparently on her end.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, she wanted to do a history check to see if she knew anything about Sanchez and the pirate ship thingy.
Got it? Yeah, give us a history check.
Roll that. Without losing my dice.
Oi, she's got her own dice.
Yeah, this is hers.
That's bad.
18.
18. Okay, so you don't know very much about Captain Sanchez, but you do recall hearing a tale of how slaves arrive in Chalk. You know about the diamond mines in Chalk, Chalk being a jungle in Faerun, and you know that the slaves that work in the diamond mine there are kind of zombies. They're kind of cursed, and each one has got this mark of a snake on their arm. You know that they're recruited from all over Faerun by a number of different people, Captain Sanchez being one of them. You know that he's been doing it for more years than a human would live for. So you know that he's probably undead, and that his crew are also undead. But much more than that, you can't really remember.
Have I missed anything?
A little bit of history from Laura reading her history books on Captain Sanchez, knowing about his being undead and that he's been doing this for years and years, sort of thing.
Right.
Well, unless anyone's got any other ideas, I say we go do the old wink and a nod. See this fellow with the pointy hat.
I think that's a good idea.
And I'd start sort of heading towards the market trader area
Okay.
and take my cigar back.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're all happy to leave the pub.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you step outside, you can see it's well and truly dusk now. The light's fading. You can the top of the sky is dark, and the sort of the blue is just down near the bottom there. The breeze seems to have stopped now. It's a lot stiller than it is, and the people that were hanging around, they're kind of different sorts of people. They're the kind of people you find in the evening time now. The families and the general kind of hoi polloi have kind of all gone. And as you step out the pub and start making your way down to towards the market, a pint glass comes sailing over your head and smashes on the ground in front of you.
Was it an empty pint glass?
It was.
Well, at least they didn't waste good beer.
Locke will take the swig of his last bit of ale that he got from Rose, puff on his cigar and turn around, seeing if he can see where that came from.
And as you turn round, there's two ogres are standing there looking at you. And they go, hello, my pretty.
You
How
missed.
far away from us are they?
You didn't think you were going to get away that easily, did you? They're probably about 20 feet away or so.
20 feet.
You missed at 20 feet.
Stand back, lads. I've got a plan. I need that cigar. I need it now.
He's just gonna, in one motion, sort of pass one across to Derek while he pulls a fresh one out and lights it straight up.
Okay. As long as everyone is stood further away than 20 feet, then my plan can come to fruition. So Derek is going to take this grenade from his satchel, put the cigar to the fuse, and light it.
Okay.
And then I suppose I just need to do an attack roll, and then you need to do a dex save of a DC of 15.
Are we in any sort of initiative, or are we just sort of taking the lead at the moment?
He can have a bonus round at the beginning there for see how the hand grenade pans out. 10 for the first ogre, and 10 for the second ogre.
Okay, so my attack roll was 19. DC for the dex save is 15. So I guess they both failed there. And then damage is 5d6.
Welcome, new viewers.
Christ.
Welcome to Mike Jumps the Gun. So damage for the grenade going off is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17. So the damage is 17 with a 20-foot radius.
Ooh. Okay. So you guys kind of, you can feel the blast, and it almost singes the end of your beard, but it's not enough to kind of do you any damage. Any of you that might be wearing a hat, perhaps it's just blowing the hat off you a little bit, ruffled your coat. But you guys are safe from any damage. Both the ogres though are blown off their feet, kind of sideways, and they land in a bit of a heap either side of this little crater this hand grenade has made, and the explosion is enough to attract some onlookers who have come out from the pub, and they've seen what's happening. They're all cheering and jeering. A small crowd is forming now to watch the action unfold as the ogres stand up and dust themselves off and go, "Not bad, Cupcake. Let's have another go." And roll for initiative, please.
I have 5.
I'm on 18.
I've got 24.
I currently don't have a dice, so hold on a sec. Oh, please.
You mean I sent you dice and you've not even got them?
Which colour was Lou's? It says the pink one.
Lou got pink. I think you got yellow or orange.
I got yellow. There you go. Right, that. Okay. Give me my dice back.
Okay, so
Bloody married. Not even my dice are safe.
Lock, what did you get?
18.
I want your dice back.
Flint, you got 24, yeah?
Yep.
Swab?
4.
4.
Yeah, with a natural 1 on the D20.
Okay.
Bloody hell.
Lua?
She's just rolling. Rolling.
Okay.
Right, that
Derek?
number plus the one that says initiative.
5.
5. Okay.
14.
14. Okay. Just give me 1 second.
Just keep holding for a second. Huh? Did you need them? You are.
Okay. So, first up is Flint.
Okay. Okay. So instinctively, he draws his hand crossbow, as brings it up, takes a good pop shot at one of the ogres. I'll say the one on the left.
Okay.
While
So,
doing
one of the ogres is shirtless. That'd be the easiest way to describe it, probably.
Okay. So he'd go for the shirtless one. He'll aim for the shirtless one.
Yep.
Gets a 20.
20 is a hit.
Taking 1d6 plus 2, plus I've got Hunter's Prey, Colossus Slayer, so he gets an extra 1d8 damage on top.
Ooh.
So it'd be 5 damage to that one.
5 damage?
Yep.
Once you had yours, go to the bottom.
In modesty, he'd really like to take another shot, because I think that's how the crossbow feat works, isn't it? Takes off the loading.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he'll have another shot at the same one. Fire 2 bolts off a quick succession. Getting a 21.
Yeah, hit.
And takes another 5 more damage. To it.
Okay.
Very nice.
And
So the ogre without the shirt on, 2 crossbow bolts sort of it. I mean, he just groans a little bit and just snaps off the shafts, lifts him up to the crowd and goes, "Whoa!" Throws him. Okay. Lock. You're up.
Locke puts the little musket ball in his long musket, takes aim at the shirtless one, aiming straight at the chest, hopefully, and lights his little fuse with his cigar and pops off a shot at him with a 16.
16 hits.
16 hits for 7 and then 10 damage.
Oh, nice. He's looking a bit square, but he's still on his feet. He's got blood trickling down his arm, but
He'll just start sort of reloading the next musket shot and then end his turn.
Okay.
that.
Lua is up. Lua, who is muted.
She's currently working out how to use spells.
Okay.
You might need to hold her hand a little bit through this. Decide what you want to attack. One of the ogres. Just say that.
I'm going to attack one of the ogres.
Using.
Using a thunderclap.
Okay.
So what do we do now?
Roll a d20, which is the 20-sided one.
From what I heard, Derek, a thunderclap didn't help Colin much.
Okay.
I've got 18.
The afterclack.
He probably did the way he was.
Dirty old
So,
bastard.
I've got 18.
And that's 2d6 you need to roll. You've only got one to roll twice. Did an 18 hit, Ollie?
18 is a hit, yep.
So roll that number.
Okay.
Roll it again. Add the two together. Say that.
So I just rolled 10.
Damage.
Okay. And did you go for the shirtless one who's already quite badly wounded, or did you go with the one with his shirt still on?
It's each creature within range.
Okay, yep. So 10 damage, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you sort of clap your hands together, and a sonic boom of energy sort of comes out of you, knocking both of the ogres flat on their back. And about 3 or 4 members of the crowd who are all watching, they spill beer everywhere, but they're laughing. Two out of 3 of them stand up, and one of them's dead on the floor, along with one of the ogres. You killed your first ogre, but the ogre with the shirt on stands back up and sort of rubs his head a little bit. In his hand, he's holding one of those little short cannons you get on the top of the decks there, and he kind of bounds over towards Derek, and he swings this kind of little short barrel of this cannon at you, and he hits for 11.
Cool.
On the back going, I didn't know you got it in your ass.
Hang on. Again.
He hits you for 11 to hit.
No, fail.
And so sort of with the concussion that he's just suffered, he kind of swings and misses. And that's his turn. So next up is Derek.
All right. Okay, cool. So he draws his sword. Gives him a funny similar to what Colin would give. And after a ferocious takes a swing with the short sword. And he hits at 16.
That's a hit.
Cool. I also get an extra attack because he is an poison, which hits at 12.
That's a hit as well.
Cool. So 2 hits, 2d6 damage. The first one was 6 damage and the second one was 2 damage, so 8 altogether.
Okay. Okay, next up is Swab.
Well, you appear to be spending more time on the back than you do fighting. 2 seconds.
Well, Derek, I remember talking to Colin quite a while back now, and he had a wooden leg too. Now, how did you lose yours?
Back, by the way, sorry.
It was a misfire. The carriage carried my leg away. Bastard.
Well, I take it we were merry at the time, were we?
No, knee deep in blood, taking on another ship.
You weren't knee deep after that. Right, I'm back. I will take the piss out of the ogre for being on his back more than his mother.
Hey! Vicious mockery, you're not bad.
Best place for looking at your mother on my back.
Hi guys, weekend's here again.
Explains the orc in me, doesn't he?
Well, I'll put some orc in you, darling, if you like.
Whoa.
Don't you love them dirty?
If you spent more time fighting than you did making crap jokes, you might have beaten us by now. At this point, I will walk up and just smack him one across the back of the head with my
Oh, I thought you was going to buy me a drink with all that fancy talk.
You ain't that easy. That is a 19.
Yeah, that's an easy hit.
Can't remember how much damage a quarterstaff does. 1d. Well, 1d6. What is it? D&D Beyond prints the character sheet. It's so small.
I managed to delete a big chunk of writing.
That'll be 8 points of quarterstaff damage.
Oh, lovely.
And I believe, as a monk, I can smack him one upside the head as well.
Yeah, go for it.
And that is straight off the table.
Have you lost Kamash?
Possibly. Is that better?
Perfect.
Alright, that's a 20 to hit.
Oh, critical.
Nice.
And 9 points of damage.
Oh, he's looking a bit ropey now. He's still on his feet, but his kind of eyes are spinning in his head.
How do you want to do crits, Ollie? Are you doing damage
Just
plus...
double your damage if you like. Or you can roll it again.
Then it's 15.
15 finishes him. Tell me how you finish him.
Finish him.
As I've smacked him off the back of the head with the quarterstaff, I will just slap him on the side of the chin. Snap his neck backwards.
And with that, he sort of sways like a tree and just falls on the floor.
Died how he lived, on his back.
So the two ogres are lying on the floor. You can see quite clearly on the one, the shirtless one, this tattoo that's identical to yours on his arm. And the crowd sort of cheer and then sort of start to disperse, except for the one who unfortunately lost his life. And away they go. Everyone's sort of milling around back to their business.
We live bodies.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind searching the one I slapped.
Okay, give us an investigation check.
How are we doing? Like, because I've reflavored to a musket. How are we doing ammo consumption? Because with arrows you can retrieve them. I don't think you can do it with a musket ball. We're just sticking with the sort of 20-ish.
Yeah, you can do if you want to count it. I mean, you can take ammo off of dead people as well if you want to. It's you know, there's going to be little pouches of musket balls lying around if you want to do that.
Cool.
I'm not that strict on that kind of micromanagement, to be fair.
Cool.
My investigation for looting was 5.
I got 15.
5 and 15. Okay, so Swab, you were the sort of the first there, the first to get the kill. You find a purse on the ogre, inside of which is 10 gold pieces, and there's a little kind of a pocket, little frame, and in the frame is a picture of a female ogre, little young ogre in her arms.
You nasty bastard.
Just in a little heart.
He was going to die anyway.
You would have thought someone with a family would have been a bit more careful in the company they keep.
They got this rusty cannon that they were using as a club, but it's probably on the heavy side for you to lift. Well, they talk, so you might be all right.
Was that the small one?
Yeah, this little sort of half-sized cannon that you get on the deck sometimes by the captain.
Yeah, that's probably a bow.
Yeah, I don't remember what that.
A bow chaser should be wieldable.
Yeah, that's it.
It's mounted on the taff rail, so you should be able to wield that.
Yeah, that's the one. What's it called? A bow shaker?
Bow chaser.
Bow chaser. Okay. Cool. So yeah, so between the two of them, there's probably about 10 gold pieces. This little picture of an ogre and her child, but not a lot else, to be fair.
Welcome, new viewers.
I'll give half the money to Laura.
Okay.
I paid you 5 gold. You owe me.
Sorry, I tell a lie. I'm completely wrong. It's not a bow chaser. It's a swivel gun. It's a swivel gun.
Swivel gun.
Yeah, a swivel gun. Not a bow chaser.
Bow chaser sounds better.
It did occur to me as I was prepping this today that having a Cornishman as one of the players might see me corrected on a few of my pirate terms.
So a bow chaser is a smaller cannon, which would be
Like
at the bow of the ship.
Like a lower caliber sort of thing.
A lower caliber cannon, which would have been at the bow of the ship to hit the stern.
They're kind of on a little stand, aren't they, with a little hook, and they sit in there and you can swivel them around and just fire.
Are they sort of akin to looking like the ones at theme parks that kids squirt like water at things with?
No, so that's a swivel cannon.
Yeah.
That would be sort of on the taff rail. But
That's
a bow
cool.
chaser is a smaller caliber cannon, which would be at the bow of the ship. So when they're pursuing a ship,
I
they
see.
had the opportunity to fire a few shots off at the stern of the ship.
For those of you just tuning into the History Channel, hello and welcome to Pirate Hour. Brought to you by Cornwall. Ruined by Kent.
Ruined by Kent.
They keep saying that D&D is educational. We just, proving the theory.
Throwing it out there.
Laura, what have you learnt tonight?
You'll be grateful when you play Trivial Pursuits to Christmas.
No, you won't, because I don't fucking know what the difference is. I'm so confused, I couldn't tell the difference.
I'll send you a picture later.
Bye-bye.
So, what do you want to do?
Can I take the swivel gun?
Can
I
you
don't
take
mean
a
to
what?
press you, lads, but we should probably make our way to either this merchant, given that it's 9 o'clock at night. Not many people want cheese at night.
You should.
Except for
I
you,
mean,
Laura.
in the middle of summer, the market's open to the early hours because they like to get the trade in. But you can see on the clock that's on the clock tower above the marketplace, it is in fact 9:14.
I really think when you take this.
I reckon that
You
Swab,
all out of grenades?
Swab will be a good man to carry that.
Oh, aye. That's it. I see how it is. Make the orc carry everything.
Oh, it's nothing like that, my friend, but you're a big muscly fellow and I'm a little skinny weed, you see. That's why
You
I
can
stay
have
up
the,
there and that's why you stay down there.
If you want to take the swivel gun, you're more than welcome.
Just give it to
No,
me.
I'll pick it up.
I'll take a strength check and see if I can pick it up.
Go on in. What are you? Let's have a look. A dwarf.
I rolled 14.
You get that one, can your leg give way?
Yeah.
I rolled 19.
Oh, look at that. Although internally you find it quite hard, you put on such a good act to everybody watching. You appear to lift it with ease.
Cool. Right, let's carry this off down to this merchant.
Have you got a pen? Then I'll give you its stats in case you want it. It's +6 to hit.
Hold on. +6 to hit. Yeah.
+6 to hit and 2d8 +4 bludgeoning damage. It's a melee weapon attack.
Oh, it doesn't fire then.
No, it doesn't fire nothing. It's rusted.
Yeah, it's crap.
I mean, you can try, by all means, fill up with gunpowder and see what happens.
Well, I just think I've got grenades.
Oh, the possibilities.
See what happens. Let's go down there.
Could it fire a grenade?
What's the caliber of a swivel gun then? Then Mike.
Hold on, let's find out.
Play rifle or smoothbore?
See.
This is kind of like the History Channel meets some weird YouTube channel there.
Its bore diameter is up to 3.5 centimeters.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. But
That strikes me as rather.
probably
It's a bit smaller than a grenade bomb, I reckon.
It's just over an inch, so probably not a grenade.
No.
You can shove other stuff in there with a bit of gunpowder.
So yeah, the market's still open, much like it would be on a summer's night in any of your famous fishing ports.
cool.
So,
So,
can I see this blue wearing 3-cornered hatted man?
You can. Amongst all the stalls, you notice a stall that's got a big sign above saying "La Fromage," and it's a stall. The stall is selling cheese. There's all kinds of cheese there. In fact, you probably smell it before you see it. And standing behind the shelving is a young elf with a blue tricorder hat.
I'm going to just walk up to him carrying this thing and just sort of place it against his stall so the muzzle end is facing up, effectively into his face.
Oh,
Say hello to my little friend. And I know I'm pretty little as it is.
goodness me! Do you mind, sir?
Listen, we're here for one thing, okay? We're here for some honey rum. Have you got any?
What would you? Who told you I might have honey rum?
It doesn't matter who told us you got honey rum. I want it and I'm having it. So can I have it, please?
Give us an intimidation check.
I did take the pirate background, which means I can get away with minor crimes, apparently in a civilized port.
Okay.
So I don't know if I can do an intimidation check, but I don't know if it just automatically means you're going to give it to me.
Let's have a.
We've got to do the crime first.
I'll do an intimidation check. Nat 20.
Oh, right. Well, without any hesitation, this elf looks side to side. All the other market traders are busy making themselves look busy. So he reaches under the desk and he puts a honey rum and this one's for you, sir, on the house.
Much obliged, my pointy-eared friend. Now, can you tell me anything about a warehouse and some tobacco?
Yes, the warehouse is that way. He points to the dock. They've got
Anyone-
tobacco and all sorts of stuff.
Anyone particularly to speak to?
They're not friendly, really. You probably need your paperwork and stuff like that. But you'll see them. There's lots of people down there.
They're not friendly. Well, we're practically the welcoming committee.
I don't need it. Have you seen my cannon? I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Okay. Don't want to buy any cheese, do you?
What's the strongest one you've got?
Oh, we've got some 45-year-old camembert here from the Iron Hills.
Anything stronger?
Iron Hills, that sounds pretty
policy.
good.
Anything
How much you
stronger?
looking for?
Well, we got some. We got.
How about that big wheel over there?
Well, that you can have that, but it's expensive.
How
How
about I
much?
just take it?
I'd rather you didn't. This is my livelihood.
But here's the thing, I could just take it.
Okay.
Locke's just going to give him a proper, smarmy smile and give him a nod and a wink like he was supposed to in the first place, just to be a bit of a sarcasm sort of thing.
We can just, if anyone else has a pirate background, we can literally just take it. It doesn't make any difference.
He's not going to stop you. Let's put it that way.
Well, okay, I'll give you
Can I ask why you want this giant wheel of cheese? This isn't Skyrim.
I'm
What
hungry.
else do you want
right?
cheese?
I'm not eating in days.
Well, you take one. I'll pay for one.
Whilst this is going on though, is it am I able to make like a perception check or something, just to see if there's anyone like any guards in it about?
Indeed, you can. Yes, give it a perception check.
Ooh, 7.
7. So looking around, there's no guards as such in the square, but you have noticed the traders are looking quite concerned, and some of them are actually packing their stalls up early, even though it's not time to finish. And you do see someone sort of running off up one of the side alleys, kind of looking back quite nervously exactly at you guys.
I sort of put my hand up, sort of like gingerly, sort of nod my head down and smile and say, "Don't worry, friend, our family friend of York," and sort of just swivel around on my heels and tell everyone, "Look, hurry up, hurry up."
I'm just going to reach on up there and take it. I'm taking that cheese. My cheese.
You now have 20 kilograms of cheese.
You're now over encumbered with cheese.
Yeah.
Very much 20 kilograms.
It's a one of those big round sort of almost like a cartwheel.
That's cool. Okay.
I'll pick one up as well, but I'll pay for one.
Cheese is surprisingly heavy.
I'm
quite happy
just
to
like
carry 20 kilos.
I'm just gonna
I'll eat it on the way.
light myself another cigar and start walking down the hill, smiling towards the warehouse area.
Let's head on to the house.
As you start to leave, you notice the chap selling bread is shitting himself as he's packing away his stall.
Hey, you're next.
I'm gonna whip out the old hurdy-gurdy as we're walking down the hill and play a merry little ditty.
We're playing some Sea of Thieves.
Hey.
So you're heading off towards the warehouse.
Yes.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, don't pickle.
Hello, Alexa. Okay. So you make way down towards the quay side, and you can see all the boats quite clearly. There's small boats and big boats and fishing boats and schooners. There's a military-style boat, which kind of is flying the same flag as you can see from the fort that's up towards the back of the
Don't go back to sleep.
towards the back of the town. You can see La Santa Maria is anchored just probably about 100 meters or so just out in the bay, and in front of you is this big warehouse. So it's kind of a medium-sized building on the waterfront. And there's a few sort of chaps and dock workers sort of milling about by it.
Is there any sort of guards or anything, or are we able to just stroll in there?
There's people pushing barrows in and bringing barrows out. There's all kinds of people around. It's a busy dock, quayside.
Is it like a ramp going up into this?
No, it's on the... Oh, for the cheese.
You did say it was down a hill.
You'll see what I'm thinking in a minute. Is it like a ground level thing, or is it like a ramp going up to some doors? Or?
It's built so you got kind of got the warehouse in front of it. You've got the quayside, and then you've got the jetties going off to the little boats, and there's guys with trolleys going to and fro.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start setting this gun up. Sort of facing straight in the door, and then start doing that juggling thing with one of the grenades at my satchel again, just to give them an idea that we mean business.
Then they're just kind of ignoring you, really. It's a busy town.
Locke's going to walk down and ask if there's who's in charge of this here warehouse. For some reason, he's gone posh.
Or you want the master? Jacob is his name.
Aye, where can I find this Jacob?
He's inside. Who's calling?
Well, me, obviously.
Who's me, thicko? I can't just go in there and say me wants ya.
Well, can I not just go in there?
Well, you could.
No, you can't just go in there. Have you got an appointment?
I don't need an appointment.
Have you got any paperwork?
No, but does he want coin or not?
Have you got any merchandise?
I'm here to purchase merchandise.
We got
Oh,
some
you're a
cheese.
buyer.
Does he want any cheese?
If you want to buy stuff, you mark it up the road.
Which Eric sort of like shouts from the background, "Have you seen my little friend?"
Yes, I've seen your little friend, and we got a crate in there with 20 big friends. Sling your hook.
Hey, you bastard.
Where do you think the shipwrights get their cannons from? Jacob.
Well, so let Jacob know I'm after something in particular. You can't get up the market, but I'm told to speak to him and him alone.
Well, I will do if you tell me who you are, like I said in the first place.
Tell him it's Locke.
Locke. Right, you are. Stay there. And off he sort of trundles into the warehouse, scratching his bum as he goes. Yeah, and so he keeps you waiting quite a long time. But anyway, he does finally come back. And he says, he'll let you come in, but I've got to look at your paperwork first. Otherwise, there's a bit of a tariff.
Can I flash him that tattoo and see if that makes any difference?
Oh, you're one of the captain's boys, are you?
We all are. And he pulls up his sleeve as well.
Right. You want the captain's shipment now?
Yeah, go on, lad. Let's have it.
Okay, well, all right. I'll have to be discreet. You stay there a minute. And he runs back inside, and he comes back out a little bit later, and he's sort of struggling. He's carrying something fairly large, and it's got a blanket draped over it, and he hands it to you. He says, I had to cover it over because normally we deliver it, and I don't want everyone to see.
A little peek underneath the sheet, see what it is.
So as you peek under, it's a glass jar full of brains all floating in a brine.
Aye, that's fantastic, laddie, but there's one other thing that we need. We got any tobacco.
That's the captain's delivery.
Aye, it is, yeah, but have you got any tobacco? I've got a real hankering for a smoke.
Well, what kind of tobacco are you after? We don't really have the normal kind, if you know.
I know what you're saying, lad, and that's what I'm after.
Well, I've got a tea chest full of it just come in. I suppose I could rustle you up a pouch of it.
That'd be fantastic if you could, lad.
Got some gold.
One of my lads here has some gold. Who has some gold here?
What's the going price for this?
Well, 10 gold pieces.
I have some gold.
I flick a gold coin over.
9 gold pieces. Nearly there.
I'll tell you what, how about this swivel gun? You could have the swivel gun if you like.
Let me have a look at it. Hold on a minute. And he starts looking at it. And he gets his little pocket tape. Oh, it's only a 3.5 centimetre bore. They're not very...
Stick that on your taft deck and you'll be fine.
And it's rusted. I'll give you 5 gold pieces for that.
Come on, please.
Well,
3 gold.
we've got these quite a big
Couple.
wheel of cheese here.
A wheel of cheese?
Get off my cheese. No, get off my cheese. Lure him up, hey.
Give him that cheese. That's my cheese. Give him the cheese.
How
I
much?
don't want a wheel of cheese. It stinks. Whoa.
How much gold you got, Laura?
5 gold.
There we go. That's everything we need.
That'll do.
Easy come, easy go, eh?
All right, you stay where you are. I'll be back in a minute.
Fantastic. Thank you, lad.
He comes back out a little bit later with a little leather pouch, all kind of rolled up, and inside it says, "There you go, best mermaid skunk going."
What's your name there, lad?
My name, Timothy.
Timothy. I'll be sure to pass it on to the captain. You're a good man.
Locke takes a big sort
you
of
yourself.
sniff of the
You take
pouch. It's
care.
like, well
Be
done.
careful with that jar for the captain as well.
Thanks very much. So now we've got this tank full of brains and some weed. So that's
And a lot of
2 big wheels
cheese.
of cheese.
and 2
rum.
And a cannon.
And some rum.
No, the
And some
cannon.
rum.
We traded the cannon, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So we've got 2 wheels of cheese, some rum, wacky backy, and we're off to see Unga Bongo.
Did you happen
Did you
to?
slip something in my drink earlier?
Hey,
That's
Olive,
about the.
you've got a new addition behind you. What's that sword?
Oh, that's the Peacekeeper.
The Peacekeeper.
Yeah, it's only.
Lovely.
Yeah,
That's not mine.
I've got a
Lovely.
few swords. That's that one. And then I've got one that's a bit more suitable for today as it goes.
Is that the cutlassy one that I've got the same of?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
Officer sword.
I've got a little rapier type one in the front. And a
And I've
long
got
sword
a
upstairs.
samurai sword. It's quite nice.
Well, I've got a lightsaber.
Yeah.
My lightsaber's upstairs as well.
Right. Are we going off seeing this witch doctor then, guys? And girls, lady?
Let's go.
Okay. So, the witch doctor. So, the witch doctor, on a wabby, lives atop some sandstone cliffs that kind of hang above Port Royal. There's no obvious path, but the cliffs themselves are honeycombed with ledges and shallow depressions. You can see kind of they're about 30 foot high. They're not massive cliffs. And you can see some sort of greeny sort of smoke just at the top there.
How long did it take us to get up there?
Oh, you have to scramble up there, but it won't take long. It's just a short scramble up the cliffs there.
What sort of time we look at the minute with regards to? We've only got till midnight till we.
Well, the clock on the in the market square is reading 21:33.
We best be moving, lads.
Yeah, that.
I was going to say earlier, I've taken the Urchin, which makes party travel through cities twice as fast. Whether we'd be moving twice as fast, I don't know how long.
Cool.
Okay.
Whether that would come into the factors on timing or not.
As you kind of walking through the town on your way to the cliffs there, you do as you pass through the square, you do see a number of redcoat soldiers chatting with the various stallholders. If you all want to give us a stealth check, just to see if they notice you.
Stealth is 16, mate.
I want to eat my cheese while I'm doing it.
What, all 20 kilograms?
I just want to hold it and take a big chunk out of it while I'm doing it, while I'm walking past, trying to be stealthy.
That's alright then.
Flat 17.
Oh dear. I may regret doing this. Maybe not. 9.
So, as a party, enough of you have rolled high enough to sort of get past without the soldiers noticing you. But you're definitely aware that they're investigating the dead ogres and the dead body and the stolen cheese and the various other disturbances that have been going on this evening.
It's just tragic. This town, it's not what it used to be, is it?
Irrelevant.
Going to be.
People throwing grenades in the middle of the town.
It's got
Robbing
to the
merchants,
dogs.
hard working.
It's coming like a ghost town.
These facts should be relevant though.
Ghost
because
town.
the flavor background, you can get away with that.
So you make your way through the town, and you're at the base of these sandstone cliffs now. You're kind of looking up. Yes. You want to have a go at climbing up there, or you got another plan?
Oh, yeah.
I've got that bloody. I can't remember what it's called. That home in the wild thing where difficult terrain doesn't affect you. What the hell's it called? It's part of my elven ranger thing, where it doesn't affect me, but that's only me. It's not everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
I took Hill. Is it Hill or Mountain Dwarf?
Oh,
To, like dig a hole and get up there or something. Does that work?
You want to dig your way to the witch doctor.
But if it works,
17 hours later, the dwarf appears.
In Chult.
is this all on the coastline? Is this all on like a coastline sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean the cliffs overlook the town, but they do sort of go down towards the coast as well and curve around.
What's the path that the witch doctor themselves would take to get to this hut?
Well, you tell me. Roll investigation or
Very well.
survival. One or two. You choose.
Can I help him looking?
We are going.
oh, I see.
Are we going with standard or advantage?
Have you got anything that would give you advantage on discovering witch doctor paths?
Just the fact that everyone's going to be looking. 18, 19.
19.
That's a survival. If it's in investigation, we're on standard
survival.
16.
You survive if you like.
Yeah, 19 then.
You can see a kind of a bit of a path. Not so much a path, but you can see where people have clambered up and down, and you can see scuff marks on the rocks as if someone's pulled up crates or supplies and stuff like that.
How high is it?
Sorry?
How high is it?
About 30 foot.
Yeah, I reckon we
While
just
they're
go
doing
for
that,
the...
can I do an athletics check? Just try and get up there.
Yeah.
Oh, you
can
know
use
what I can do?
athletics or acrobatics if you want.
I'm
either of
gonna
those.
cast jump.
Oh.
I cast jump
Oh,
and jump straight up there.
Okay. What do you have to do to cast that? Is it an instant thing?
It's just one action, touch, 1 minute. You touch a creature, its distance is tripled until the spell ends.
I rolled 21 and I travel 40 feet per turn.
Yep. So you're up the cliff. Locke has overtaken you as you are halfway up.
I'm going to do a
He's not
classic.
shooting off into the sky.
I'm going to do a classic sort of hero pose where you land one knee down, like Neo sort of.
Almost
thing.
like a flea has just appeared on the ledge in front of the witch doctor. So
Yes.
The spell component is one grasshopper's hind leg. That's well good.
Derek and Flint and Laura, how are you ascending?
Well, I was going to
I'll
say,
throw a rope down for Laura.
I've taken favourite terrain coast, and there's difficult terrain, slow groups travel or anything like that.
Yep.
So we'd be moving normal pace in that. I would, well, if they're going the road or something, I'll probably ask, if they were lowering the boat for Laura, I'll probably ask if when she gets up, ask them to let it back down. The rest of us.
Oh, yeah. If Swab's got a rope and he lowers it down, you can all quite easily scramble up the rope. It's not a problem.
Well, I rolled
a
a.
ladder. You know, like you dangle a rope for a cat. Try and get it to jump for it.
I rolled 15 for athletics to sort of scramble on up there.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So
You kind of
with
want to stand at the bottom and just shout, "It's all right for you guys, you know."
with the use of the rope and your various other methods, you've all eventually
born a dwarf.
kind of all managed to make it up there okay. Oh, there we go. A bit of ambience going on. Let me just sort out the next picture for you. Hold on.
I can't actually hear it, by the way.
Can you not?
No.
It's background music. It's supposed to be
Silent.
You guys can hear that, can't you?
No.
Hear what?
Steve, you can hear that, can't you? Have you not heard any of my music that's been going on?
No.
There was music.
There was music.
Oh, we made him keep.
Yeah. There you go. That's the witch doctor.
Oh, very Baron Samdi.
I thought it was Doctor.
This is on a Wambi.
Onomatopoeia.
On a wham, yeah. So, sitting in a smoke-filled cave at the top of the cliffs is a lone figure of Onawambi, the witch doctor. She is hovering or floating about 6 inches above the floor. A green fire smoulders in front of her. In its flames, you can see all kinds of images coming and going. On closer inspection, you see the image of yourselves climbing and leaping and scrambling up the cliffs, playing out in the dancing flames like a 3D film replaying it.
Cool. I reckon this is a good point for a quick loo break for 2 minutes if everyone's in agreement.
Yep.
I'm not.
You're not.
I object.
Okay, see you back in, should we say, what was it?
43.
10-2?
Cool.
Okay. See you in a second.
Is the stream paused, Steve, or is it still live?
It's gone.
Guess we'll never know.
I'll leave my music playing.
Yeah, crack on. If you want to get background music playing, you have to do it through a mixer. I looked into doing it. Oh, he's left me.
He's gone.
I'm all alone.
You're all alone. Oh, yeah.
Hello. The wife's here as well. She's just not playing, not talking.
Yeah, but when there's kids, you gotta do that.
Yeah, she's got to look after the kids. She's just very, very shy. It's only the second time she's ever actually played D&D. And the first time was all done through Roll20, so everything was done for her, pretty much. First time she's actually had to like roll the dice and stuff.
And the first time I had alcohol.
That helped.
To be honest, I find Roll20 is so difficult. Not easy.
You what, sorry?
Roll20 is so difficult. Not easy.
I find it's 6 and 2 3s. I like it for some games. Like the Curse of Strahd game I'm running at the moment, it's really, really good for that because it's very map intensive. A game like this, I don't think it would work very well with.
No.
Like city games, it doesn't work well with. Open worldy type games, it works really well with.
I did one shot. I've got another one shot ready to go with Ollie and Stephen and that. And I just find as a DM, it's so much more stress, just making sure everything works perfectly.
Yeah.
Whereas like this, you can just explain how it works, and people just get it.
It works both ways. If you've got a good group of players, then yeah, it's fun. It's great doing it theatre of the mind. If you've got people who try and micromanage, then it can be an absolute nightmare trying to keep track of the theatre of the mind, I find. At least with Roll20 or maps, at least, you know exactly where things are.
Yeah, I mean,
the issue of them sailing around and saying, well, you didn't tell me that was there.
I started off D&D doing effectively theatre of the mind. I had a group of guys, there was 5 or 6 of us. When I first started playing this game, we were all locals, we all sit around the table together, pencils, paper, maps, that sort of thing. So I started off with this kind of thing, and like Roll20 to me is just so, not alien, but it's just so like,
it's quite clunky and bulky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just not got that smooth flow in the game that's moving up in it.
Yeah. I think the problem is they try to do a little bit too much with it.
Yeah.
I've used it as a hybrid-y sort of thing a few times where you use that for your maps and stuff. But get people to use pen and paper character sheets.
Yeah.
That, I think, works quite well because they can see where the tokens are, they can move the tokens around, but they're still going to do things by hand with dice and stuff.
Yeah, no.
Whereas
exactly.
if you've got new players, going the full hog is a lot easier for them because they're just going to click a button and it shows them, it does it for them. So it's a little bit less to take on.
I suppose it depends on where you are and what your situation is. Like, it's like I had a group of guys. We were all local, so we all sit together.
Yeah.
But like now, we're all spread around the country.
Yeah.
We've come together on groups, so like this is the only way we can do it.
The local D&D groups around here are really, really snobby. They won't let new players in at all. They're really unwelcoming, I found.
Oh, that's a shame. I've got enough friends here that I can put people around the table and do it no problem. But there are 3 or 4 groups around here, but they're all very inviting.
Yeah, so it's not around here.
Yeah,
There's the local tabletop miniature group who are horrific. They're proper elitist. You've got to be ranked in the top 5 type groups.
yeah.
And then you've got the local gaming shop, who again are very cliquey. It's a lot of the same sort of people.
Yeah.
But the D&D group, I've asked a few times if they've got like open slots, and they're just very much like, no, we're full.
Yeah, I know the sorts. It's a shame. It is a shame.
You'd think it's like they want to encourage more people to get in, but I couldn't find a single physical game within a good 5 or 10 miles of here.
Have you got any friends that would be interested in getting into it, or who are interested in, or who are into it?
Not really, not local anyway.
My parents are currently around your way, Mike.
Are they really?
They're on holiday in Devon.
That's not my way.
I thought you were in Devon, Cornwall.
But that's possibly the most insulting thing you could say to a Cornish person, isn't it?
I'm in Cornwall, not in Devon.
I thought Devon was in Cornwall.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that shows how much I know.
Devon and Cornwall are 2 different things, and they are definitely not in my way.
Are they even like close to each other?
We're neighbouring counties, but Devon and Cornwall is not. It's not something you can say is the same thing.
All right.
Is
it like Lancashire, Yorkshire?
He thought Devon was in Cornwall.
It's kind of like saying a black country man's from Birmingham. You just don't do it.
You know, Cornwall is the only county that only borders one other county. Just so you know.
And it's a sorry fact that it has to be Devon.
Yeah.
Well,
We've now moved on to the geography channel.
there's somewhere down that way.
If they're in Devon,
I'm wrong.
no, if they're in Devon, it's actually good for them because they're not come to Cornwall, and I've probably not swore at them.
They visited some harbour today, but I can't remember the name of it. I did get told.
Because the problem is with Cornwall, that we need tourism to like be sustainable, but at the same time, no one likes tourists because they clog up the road. I mean, seriously, all the roads. We've got 2 roads in Cornwall, right? And both of them are daily during summer holidays chock a block with people with fucking caravan horses. And it's just, I swear at people on a regular basis driving because they drive like idiots. I don't mean they drive like idiots but they're driving too fast. They're driving too slow.
Why would you?
Just get in the way.
That's right.
So they see a car coming and they slam on the brakes because they're afraid of it or something.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that.
Oh. Right. Everybody back?
Yep.
Should I resume stream now?
Yeah, my random is over.
We're back.
When do we tune into Ancient Alien?
Hello, we're back.
Hello. Okay. So you find yourselves on the top of this cliff with Omawambi sitting in front of you, or hovering in front of you, I should say.
Obawambe, I presume.
Hello there, man.
Well, it looks like you were expecting us.
What is it you be wanting?
I have a feeling you might already know that.
Oh, me know lots of things.
We have a bit of a snake problem.
Oh, what kind of a snake?
It won't bugger off.
A Sanchez snake.
A Sanchez snake. He is a terrible master. What do you want from me then?
I
How do we
believe.
get rid of this curse?
What you say?
How do we get rid of that curse?
Interesting question. And as she says that, the flames sort of turn into snakes and start writhing around and circling. It's almost like her thoughts become pictures in the fire. Well, knowledge has a price, you know. What have you bought me?
Well, we got you some weed, plus some honey and rum, and if you like it, we got you some cheese as well.
Ah, I've seen you've been having some adventures in my town. I hope you did not hurt nobody.
Nobody that
No,
didn't
no.
deserve it.
That is good. I can always bring them back to life, you know. I got one or two dollies. And she sort of points back in her cave, and you can see like a row of voodoo dolls, and they're all just, these little dolls are actually sort of playing in the back of the cave, moving about and stuff. Hand over me tobacco then.
Locke could pull the full pouch out and give it straight to her.
Okay, and so with that, she sort of takes it out and sniffs it and nods approvingly, puts some in her pipe and starts.
I believe that's the finest mermaid hash.
You done well. Me did not think you'd get into the warehouse.
Technically, we didn't.
I see that. You have silver tongues.
We should take the honey rum.
Yeah, put me rum down there to pull. There's a good fellow.
Hang on that for myself.
Let me pour you all a drink. And she does a little round of drinks. And one of the little voodoo dolls, who's probably a bit of an unfortunate one because it's got quite a few pins already sticking out of it, brings you over a little glass with some of the honey rum in it.
Locke takes it and looks at Owambe and is like, do you mind if I sit then?
Have a seat down. You is welcome here.
He sits on like, I don't know, like a strewn across log or something that she may have as a bench. It's like
she hasn't got a lot. She floats above the ground, so she don't really have much need for furniture as such.
Fair enough. He'll just sort of squat down like on his toes, just sort of squatting. And he's like, what can you tell us about this curse then?
Well, you haven't got very long left looking at your tattoos. What is the time now? And she draws the clock in the sand. And as she finishes drawing it, it kind of starts ticking and moving. I see the time is 5 to 10. You got about 2 hours left there, man. In 2 hours' time, you won't be able to control yourself. You become one of these slaves. Off to the diamond mines you go.
So how do we stop this then?
Well, that tattoo on your arm, the tattoo is the snake. It's Captain Sanchez's snake. Look into the flames and you will see what I mean. And with that, the flames change into a picture and you're kind of like a bird's eye view in Captain Sanchez's cabin, just sitting on his desk looking at his charts and paperwork. And on his desk is a jar. And in this jar is the black serpent that matches the tattoos on your arm. You see on the desk is the jar. In the jar is the snake. If you kill this snake, your tattoo will go.
Can you tell us anything about these brains he has? He shows her the brains in the jar.
Yes, the brains. He gives the brains to the master in the diamond mines in Chult. I think the master is a mind flayer.
Is there anything else you may be able to assist us with?
Oh, only that you need to be careful. The snake is vulnerable to fire, you know. You must be careful of this snake. This snake is not easy to kill. When you start to kill it, it regenerates.
How would we stop this regeneration? Is that a possibility?
Well, fire will be your friend, Emma.
Fire.
I can bring plenty of fire.
Oh, we've got the fire. He reaches one of his cigars into the flames that she's been using as like a window to light it. And he offers her one while he takes a puff on it.
That is good. You will need the fire.
Anyone else get any thoughts? Or are we moving on from here?
Yeah, I'd like to, as this is going on though, is it possible I can have a look around, like, cabin sort of thing, that's it?
Yeah, you can have a look. You can have a look round. There's not a lot in there. It's fairly Spartan.
Yeah.
There's a few kind of pots and pans on the wall. There's these voodoo dolls that are kind of wandering around doing their thing, keeping the house tidy, almost like what you call them, sort of house servants. But other than that, there's not a lot. There's a pile of blankets in the corner where you assume that she kind of sleeps. There's all kinds of weird drawings on the walls, bones
Still
and
from a
bits
witch
and
doctor that can see the future. What could possibly go wrong?
yeah, bones and bits and pieces. And without looking at you or turning round, still staring into the fire, everybody else can see a bird's eye picture of you wandering around looking at stuff.
As that's happening, I kick one of the dolls.
It kind of squeaks and runs off, and the fire changes to a picture of the pub and the rusty anchor, and someone in the rusty anchor falls over dead.
Oh.
I kind of just quickly as I sort of turn and see this in the fire, I sort of pick it up and like like someone who in a china shop sort of trying to put the pieces back together, trying to sort of stick this thing, get it back together, see if it works.
And it's in the flames you can see this body that was collapsed on the floor is now kind of levitating and shaking around inside the bar, and everybody's just kind of confused, looking at it, wondering what the hell's going on.
I just drop it and walk back and stand behind Locke and sort of like just gingerly like kicking my heels and beating it down, sort of thing like that.
Nudge it under the. Try and nudge it into the rug.
Yeah.
The scene in the pub mirrors it. The guy drops to the floor, slides across the floorboards, and just stays there limp, dead.
Oh my god. That went macabre.
I think we should go. But
Thank you for all your help, Obuambe.
You is most welcome. Before you go, you want to smoke on the pipe?
Go on. Locke will take her up on it. I don't know if I'm going to get any effects from it, but we'll see.
Okay. Anybody else?
You get permanent insanity.
no,
Anybody else?
No, I'm trying to cut down on my onga bongo.
Flint?
Laura, do you want to puff on the pipe?
No.
Just a no.
Always the good girl.
Derek?
Are you muted,
Oh,
Derek?
You've gone silent.
It's the quietest that door's been all week.
Yeah, your sound has gone, man.
How about that?
That's
Oh,
better.
that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
So do you want to
Yeah,
go?
the pipe.
Yeah, and Flint, what did you say?
no, I'll pass on it.
Okay, so Locke and Derek, you both take one level of exhaustion. So you have disability on advantage checks for 3 hours.
Well, the rest of the night then.
Fantastic. You just gimped yourself until we die.
On the plus side, you feel quite relaxed and are more than happy to crack on in a cheerful, jolly kind of way.
Yeah, let's just go into chilled.
He
Well,
just,
you're wrong.
even though he's used to smoking these cigars all the time, he gives a bit of like, and passes it back to Obuambe. and then just massive grin on his face, looks at Derek, laughs, and starts walking off.
Okay. So how are you guys getting back down the cliffs?
Can we? I'm slightly concerned about one thing.
Yeah.
Can we throw a grenade into her house and blow up these dolls? Because if she can bring people back from the dead, I'm worried those ogres are going to come back.
I tell you what, I like this idea. Flint says that he says to Derek, I like this idea. Only trouble is, though, I don't think Rose would like her establishment plastered.
I'm not so sure we should mess with number one there. She's seems quite proficient, and he just starts giggling.
But she's just a tree hugger, and there's ogres that could potentially come back to life.
I would say she doesn't seem to be out to get in our way. She's been nothing but helpful.
I don't know. I don't want to blow something up.
We've not got long, and we can blow the snake up. We could just set his whole boat on fire.
Alright, as long as if those ogres come back to haunt us, I will blow you up.
He just
Small
like
chance of success, certainty of death.
his pupils are going a bit bigger, and he just starts laughing at you. He's like, yeah, okay. How long does jump last? My jump spell has ended, so I'm going to sort of like abseil down the rope that's there.
We've gone back to athletics and then get back down this hill.
I don't like it when you roll a load of dice.
So everyone can climb down the rope without an issue, other than Locke and Derek, who will need to do a acrobatics or aerobics check.
Acrobatics is a 7.
Hey, you're going down as quick as you went up.
Right,
He gets rope burn on his hands.
I'll just follow him as he falls down. Follow him with my eye.
Athletics.
Oh, so you both get about halfway down, and then lose your concentration. Luckily, you were two of the first to go down, and you take 4 HP damage each.
Oh,
Four.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you're
yeah.
stoned and falling off a cliff.
Yeah. Fortunately, you don't really feel a lot of pain when you hit the deck.
Locke kind of lands on his ass with a bit of a bump, and he's just like looks at Derek, grabs his hand, and helps each other up.
Thank you very much.
A couple of seconds later, a giant cheese lands next to you.
That got a laugh out of Lou too.
Just a quick question to you, Ollie. Is it dark?
Yeah.
Is it-
It is now, yeah, absolutely. It's dark. Yeah.
Before I touch the rope and climb down, then I'm going to cast dark vision on myself.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good plan. So yeah, you get down without any problems. It's only the two that had a smoker got to do a check for it. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not sugarcoat it or anything. They're stoned. And then they became rapidly stoned.
Yes.
Don't do it, kid.
Not so bad.
Don't do mermaid hash, boys and girls.
No.
D&D, not even once.
I believe it's made from the dried tears of mermaids. So where are you headed?
To the harbour, I'm guessing.
Off that boat, I missed the Sanchez.
Is the ship actually docked on the quay?
The
Or is
ship
it moored up
anchored-
further out and you've got to sail to it, row to it?
It's anchored in the harbour about 100 metres or so. Just out. So you can swim to it, you could row out to it, you whatever.
I don't even swim to it.
Um,
Because if we swim to it, it'll be stealthier than rowing into it. They'll seal boats, won't
I
necessarily.
was going to nick one of the big ships. Completely a la Jack Sparrow.
What have we done with the actual brain?
Did they come flying down too?
I don't know what it's on.
You could just imagine like 5 or 6 smashed brains kind of flapping about in the sand.
Just brush it off, it'll be fine. It won't know any different.
I'm with you there, Eric, and we swim across here.
I think we need to swim to the boat, honestly, because if we don't,
Okay. Let me tell you about.
the boat is going to be so obvious.
Just give us a quick perception check, one of you.
Mine would have been a 17.
I've also got a 17.
Okay, so anchored in the harbour. So the Santa Maria, anchored in the harbour. I've got a picture as well, actually. So let me put the picture up. Bloody hell. Sorry, I should have done that a second ago, shouldn't I?
The good news is, Ollie, your pictures work better than your music would.
Oh, I don't know why it doesn't work. It's all playing on the same thing. Surely if it's coming out of my speakers, then my microphone would pick it up. Why? I don't understand why it doesn't.
Not normally. Sounds directional.
Oh, that's a small picture, sorry.
Depends on the noise gate.
So there's the boat anyway, for what it's worth.
If
So anchored in the harbour, its large black stinks of the sea. Tattered sails hang in the still night air. A few lights shine from the rear of the ship, and lanterns used by crewmen keeping watch slowly move back and forth along the deck. A row of rusty cannons keep their watch from open ports midway between the waterline and the deck banisters. Wet ropes and netting hang from the deck sides, and a large anchor chain climbs from the still harbour water through a large opening in the bow, leading to the lower deck.
Do you know what? It might not be a bad idea to just go to the boat. They're obviously expecting us with us having these tattoos and stuff. We've been essentially recruited.
But laddie, it's the wrong time of the day. It's the wrong time of the day.
We cannot say we were enthusiastic.
I'll just practice my zombie walk.
Yeah.
Can I carry one of the brains going? Brain.
I think the best thing we can do is swim over to the boat. One of us takes the captain's shipment and presents it to him, while the rest climb in through the gun ports and start slitting throats.
Find that snake.
Precisely. If one can distract him with the brains, the rest can do the grisly work.
Is it worth just torching the whole boat?
I'm not much of a sailor, but I'm pretty sure for cannons you need gunpowder. And a lot of it. I bet we will borrow one of your cigars and accidentally litter it.
That's certainly an idea, and it'll help with this fire issue.
I'll volunteer if you want. I'll take the brains of the captain. But everyone else needs to sneak aboard and start killing people.
Hey Flint, what do you and Lura reckon?
That's you. Do you want to blow the ship up? Do you want to sneak on and slit people's throats?
Well, the easiest job would be blowing it up.
Well, say that then.
The other thing is, I don't really want to let Derek go up to the captain. As soon as we start slitting throats, he's going to turn around, off straight away again with Derek. So it's, I don't know. What do you reckon, Laura?
Blow the ship up. We can't just blow it up because we don't have the ability to blow it up.
I think we
We
should
need
try
to
and blow it
place
up.
grenades all over the place.
Why? Just use their own gunpowder against them.
Yeah, but you'd have to find where the gunpowder is, which means sneaking on board in the first place.
Usually on the gunnery decks.
It is usually, well, yeah, usually, but how are you
That'd be
going to?
below the gunnery decks, wouldn't it?
You have to get on board to find it.
Perhaps we could just start a fire as a kind of distraction, and while they're all running about trying to sort something, we can at least get our way into the cabins, maybe find the master's quarters.
At this very moment, how far away from the actual ship?
I think we're still on land.
Are you on the? Are you down by the quayside or?
I think. Did we go down near the quayside?
Down by
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're on the quayside, then the ship is anchored about 100 meters or so out in the harbour
Average
there.
range of a cannon. I'm asking for a friend.
I reckon that we
You're
send.
Cornish, you'll know.
Yeah, I think it depends on the elevation of the barrel, but I think effective.
Hypothetically, if there was a ship moored up in the quay that had cannons on it, could I hypothetically use one of the cannons to fire at the ship as a distraction?
I think that would, yeah, it would be within range.
You're saying a ship that's
Do you
got
know-
a cannon on the quay.
If I remember rightly, earlier on, we were told that the actual master of this town doesn't much like this ghost pirate, and he's got a big ass ship down here. It wouldn't take much to set them against each other.
I'm quite happy to sacrifice Derek, send Derek to the ship with the brains, and see where that goes.
Harley's currently consulting his notes, wondering where the hell he went so wrong.
No, you carry on. I love it. Go for it.
The thing is, we've got the brains, we've got the ship, we've got the captain's consignment. But there's no need for all of us to go and be killed when there's clearly a
The
plan
thing-
in place to sink that ship.
I would say that it's more than likely that the captain keeps that snake close by, with it being the only way he's in sort of in charge of everyone. And if you're there, you've got to take out that snake, and the captain's obviously going to defend it, and you don't want to be on your own. That's the only problem.
No, but I'm the only one that has grenades and the potential for blowing shit up.
This is true.
While this is going on, is it alright if I spend a first level slot to use primeval awareness?
Yep.
Just to check, see if there's any sort of like undead, celestial, anything.
I will sort of redouble your efforts, and at the same time spend a first level for detect magic.
Oh, did you say it was 100 meters or 100 feet?
100 meters.
Oh, I can't use
That's
detect
300
magic
feet.
then.
Hold on, who was the
Primeval
sniper?
awareness is up to 6 miles.
Who was the sniper?
I was the sniper.
So could we not send Derek to the boat, and while he's on there, be sort of like shaking his trousers and dropping grenades out of his pants? And could you not shoot one of the grenades and cause a chain reaction?
I could do, but I'd have to get a bloody good shot.
Well, you would, but I mean, is it not worth a go to sink the ship or at least blow it up?
It's certainly
Killing the
plausible.
snake in the process, or at least damaging the snake in the process.
We could. I've got like 600 foot range.
And if Derek dies, Derek dies. I don't care. But I mean,
It's only a one-shot killing.
Aha.
If you want some street cred, do a trick shot where you shoot Derek first and then hit the grenade.
Aha.
I don't know. It's up to you. Up to you.
I found the cannon in the DMG. I knew it was in there somewhere. Anyway, sorry, Karen.
Did you say you could or couldn't find it?
No, I have, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I found it.
Okay, so can we get the majority vote? Are we going to go for that, or do you want to go with something else?
I'm happy to try and take a pop shot off at a grenade.
Craig,
I'll sit back and watch you try and shoot a 3-inch grenade from 100 feet away, 100 meters.
Tom,
Yeah, go on then. I'll
Louise.
The dice have been reasonable to me today. We might be alright.
Ollie, as they're doing this, did I sense anything like an aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within?
Yeah, you can sense that the Santa Maria is teeming with, well, not teeming with undead, but there's certainly undead aboard.
Right. Okay.
I suppose the problem is,
I let everyone else know this. I know we basically do know. That
You can also sense a number of undead within the town.
Yeah.
As well as fiends and fae and all kinds of things. It's a diverse community, Port Royal.
Yeah, but I let everyone know that there's possibly, that there's undead, but I also, since I feel like there's fiends and that, I also say that there might be like a fiend or something on this ship as well. Just to sweeten the pot a little bit.
Yeah.
As I don't know where everything's located. But then I sort of, as I say that, I slap Derek on the back and say, well, if this is the last time meeting, then good luck to you. And we shall meet again maybe when the tides are high and I'm swimming low.
maybe
I'll
one
pat him on
day.
the back and say, yeah, Derek, there's something really, really important I think I should say before you go. Can I have your cheese?
Of course you can, laddie. Of course you can.
Good.
There's only
You
one
always were my favourite cannon fodder. I mean, friend.
If this goes south and Steve does not make the shot,
Who's Steve?
sorry, if Locke doesn't make the shot, what's the actual plan?
Storm the gates.
Cannon.
Oh, cannon. Yeah, I reckon we should set some people up on a nearby boat, like was suggested earlier, as a sort of plan B.
How
I
many
look
people?
longingly at the cannon.
One, two. There's 5 of us. Ollie, what's the
Yep.
We need a ship that has 5 guns to a broadside and is facing in the correct direction, enough ammunition to shoot at this ghost ship.
Is there a ship? Well, Captain Richard's Port Royal cutter
That's the one we want.
happens to be also anchored in the harbour. It's a little distance away, sort of round the side a little bit, but yeah, that's the next kind of biggest ship. The rest are kind of merchant ships. You can't really, because it's dark, you can't be sure they've got cannons. They've got portholes for cannons, or whatever you call the flaps that hide cannons. I don't know, but whether or not whether they have any for keeping pirates at bay, or whether they're just decorative.
I have an idea, guys.
Can't tell.
If everyone's agreed, where's my things, my spells? I reckon I can cast fog cloud on the Captain Richard's ship. We can all sneak aboard. I'll go up to the crow's nest and give you all a heading to aim at, so we're not going to get found. You can all aim.
Captain Fog Cloud, dead ahead.
Well, you know what I mean. I mean, use the fog cloud to sneak aboard and man the cannon, sort of thing. I'll climb up ready to try and take that pop shot, and if it goes wrong, we're all aiming the right way and we can just let loose.
What I was trying to suggest if we were to give a broadside to this ghost ship, is firstly, what is the angle of that ship to the one that we could procure? Is there enough cannons on board for us all to have one each? And is it going to be effective? So, for example, there's no point firing a broadside into the bow of the ship because only a couple of cannons will actually hit, whereas the rest will be pointless.
To be fair, lad, I hadn't really put that much thought into it. I just wanted to fire a big gun. Originally, it was a distraction, but if you want to go steal a ship with like five cannons on, I'm all game for that.
Because we're sat in a port, so we kind of need to make sure that every shot counts.
What was that, Laura?
She wanted a notebook to.
Oh.
There we go.
So, is the ship pretty much broadside to us, or what sort of angle are we at?
I'm trying to think how I can describe it. The ships aren't dead parallel. They're probably like to the side, kind of like that.
So it'd be a reasonable amount of shots to the side of the ship.
That would be good.
In theory, if it works.
Be good enough to get a full broadside. But if the captain's undead, is he going to die just because we shot the ship?
It's not even so much that, but the snake regenerates. Even if we shoot it, we need to fire it.
Yeah, that's true.
Why don't we just use the cannons as a distraction until we can all get on board?
Let's do it.
While they're faffing around trying to work out who the hell just shot them, we can go blow the snake up.
But how are you going to fire the cannons and be on that ship at the same time?
With a well-placed shot from my musket.
What about a really long fuse?
A fuse could work.
Oh, Lou's just dropped out. Her hangout has died on her.
Yeah, I saw it. Dropped off.
She's back now.
Could we use a long fuse? Would that work, Mr. Cornwall?
Oh, not if it gets wet, no.
Well, it's going to be on the ship. We're just going to light it and then head to the other ship.
What?
To give them a good distraction, they're more than likely fire back and two, and we can at least get aboard.
Yeah.
The two ships are, I would say, probably about 7 or 8 ships lengths apart.
That's nothing.
I reckon we can do that.
That's doable.
Let's do it.
Google ship's length.
In that case, I will cast Fog Cloud to allow whoever's our sneakiest to go and light some long fuses.
Alright, well if that's the case, then the rest of us need to be at the foot ladder of the pirate ship
Ready.
we're attacking,
Yep.
ready to go. Everyone needs to be lined up at that foot ladder ready to go.
Right, in that case, because I'm casting this Fog Cloud, I'll stay behind and try and do the long fuse business while you set off to get ready over there.
That sounds good.
Are there any sort of beggars or anything on the actual
Like on
nearby?
the harbour dock sort of area.
Any beggars?
Yeah. Any people actually when on the street?
There's quite a few people on the quayside mooching about, shifting barrels into the warehouses and generally going about their business.
More or less looking for someone who's desperate sort of for a bit of coin, because instead of splitting the party, pay someone to do it, then the whole lot of us can go, if you know what I mean.
Nice idea.
There are a few sort of characters leaning against barrels and sort of asleep in doorways who look kind of down on their luck.
Cool.
So, I approach one, and as I walk over, I sort of shake, got a flick of coin, got a coin in my hand. I've not got an so I'll flick a silver in my hand. And as I walk over, I say, hey, you say you. Yeah, you. How would you like to earn yourself a little bit of coin?
Oh, hello, master. What do I have to do?
Right. First of all, have you touched any of that mermaid sort of weed, whatever it is?
Have I touched any? No, not today. I'd like some. Have you got some?
Right. Oh, hang on. Next question. Have you been in any tavern?
Not recently. I was a bit unlucky on the cards a few days ago, and I've not managed to get myself straight yet.
Right. Now, I've got a deal for you. I'll give you 2 silver if you can light this fuse, right, on my mark of a musket fire.
Will I get in trouble for this?
No.
Only if it goes wrong.
They won't know you're there. There'll be a dense fog around.
Roll for persuasion. Where did the fuse come from? Can I just check?
Off the actual.
Don't ask a question you don't want to know.
I would think, due to having a musket, I've got black powder and a bit of the rope, and we'll sort of makeshift.
Okay.
Right, the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, gone in yet.
I've got 16.
16. Oh, well, I guess I can. If you promise I'm not going to get in any trouble. How much is it worth?
I've these 2 silver. I hold them up in my hands, straight at him. Right, and I say, look, you can have them both now. Right, but you can get, and I pull out of my pocket 3 copper, and I say, look, you can have these 3 copper after.
And who is it we're blowing up?
I'm not allowed to divulge that.
I need.
Right.
Just point and shoot, laddie. Point and shoot.
Can I try one thing?
Right. Okay. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
That ain't good.
Don't giggle. You're supposed to be restrictive, man. You well should have had
Don't
your.
say yes more than no.
That's what I was going to try one thing. Just 2 seconds. I want to try one thing.
Go on.
Investigation. Roll was 10. Are there any gun batteries on the quay or in the surrounding area pointing at the harbour?
No, because there's a fort which kind of overlooks the town itself. That's Fort Royal that overlooks Port Royal, and Fort Royal has quite a few cannons all along its battlements.
If you are on the Twitch stream, you can see the big fort in the middle at the background.
I was just taking some of those cannons and just firing them into the harbour and hoping we hit the ghost ship. But
I think we've got a pretty solid plan here.
So I hand him the 2 silver, and I start walking back up the.
Thank you, Master.
But remember, and I'll turn as I take like 5 steps away. As I turn, I'll say, look, you get some more after we're done.
You are.
Right. And I just turn around to the rest of them and I sort of stick my thumbs up. We're good.
I reckon we all swim to the sort of what are we doing to the bottom of the anchor chain or something.
so what's going on? So Flint is going to go and set off the.
I'm just before we finish. I presume there are like candles and lamps and stuff on the dock. Is that right, Ollie?
Yeah, there's lanterns that are lighting the quayside. Yeah.
I'm going to sort of put a little bit of a wax seal over the end of my musket so that even when it's wet, it'll still work for the shot. And then make my way into the water.
So this, just so that I understand exactly what you're doing, you've got a long fuse, like a rope fuse, have you, that you're taking with you?
Oh no, we've got the guy to just go and light the normal fuse of the cannon to shoot it over there when on our mark of a musket shot. You know, the beggar dude.
So what cannon is he shooting?
The one on that Richard dude's ship. We're going to cast the dense fog on it so he can sneak aboard, and then on musket fire he's going to fire on the ghost ship.
Okay. We're going to storm the deck, and that bum's going to set all the cannons off in one fuse.
So the beggar's still on the quayside at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to go over to Richard's ship while we swim across to... That's the idea, anyway.
How's he getting over there?
Swimming.
I don't
He's
know.
swimming.
Oh, damn.
He's
Yes. I think we're going to storm the deck. The bum is going to set all the cannons off, cause confusion, and then away we go.
Okay. He's still sitting on the dock at the moment.
But he better get his ass in gear.
Right. I'm saying that whilst I'm waxing up my gun, Derek's going to give him proper order. Oh no, it was Flint giving proper orders of when to move and when to set him off on the musket fire and to get his ass going.
Oh, right. So you don't want him to just light the fuse then. You want him to swim across the harbour, climb aboard Captain Richard's ship, and fire some cannons.
We already passed the persuasion check. He's agreed to it now.
Question
Well, I
is,
thought you weren't paying attention.
He's got a thick fog to sort of hide himself in.
I should have said nothing and just sat on the keys on and gone, it's lit.
He quietly blows himself up.
who's on captain is the problem? Is it manned?
That was the idea behind the fog.
So he more or less goes on kamikaze, runs, lights it, dives in the water.
So this beggar that you never met, you want him to swim across the harbour, climb aboard a ship owned by Captain Richard, sneak past anybody who might be on it to a cannon, and then wait there and fire it when he hears a musket shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I already gave him the money. He already
He's,
agreed to it. Then we told him the plan afterwards.
Okay.
He's
I'm just making sure that he knows what he's got to do. That's all.
he's got dense fog, whatever it's called, fog cloud around the captain's ship as well. So hopefully it'll give him a bit of help with sneakage.
Right.
I reckon.
Well,
I don't know.
sounds foolproof to me.
I think we're better with.
Was that a touch of sarcasm?
Not at all. You go for it. I'm the DM that likes to say yes.
I've got second thoughts. I think we're better off putting everyone on Richard's ship. Drop a few grenades on the other ship using the brains that we got. Get the fuck out of it.
Right, so what are we actually doing?
I'm lost completely.
Yeah.
I don't like what Ollie's tone. I think that something's going to go wrong with that. And I think
I'm just clarifying your expectations, that's all.
I reckon we should go for it. If it works, it'll be ace.
Yeah.
I've heard DMs use that tone too many times. I think it's a bad omen.
He's not said the words yet. You can certainly try.
You can. I wouldn't take that away from you, my friend.
We're all good until that point.
Let's do it. I reckon we go for it.
The thing is, right, it hasn't happened yet. So we're going to be on the ship whether he sets it off.
Whether he fails or not, we're going to be closer. It's just whether we get the distraction or not.
Yeah, that's it.
Here's another thing though. You're asking someone to point cannons at a ship you board. You're going to fire a musket shot for them to fire the cannons at the ship that you've boarded.
Well, we'll have to be very careful.
I see that going incredibly wrong.
We doesn't have to hit the exact ship. Tell them to aim it in the water by the ship or something. Just distraction.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's going to be variables. Honestly, there's too many.
How is this any worse than your plan of you'll go to the ship and blow it up?
Yeah.
No, my plan was to go to the ship, give the captain or you lot
While we blew it up.
blew the fuck out of it.
Oh, did we forget to mention the part where we blew it up?
But one person dies opposed to all of us dying.
Yeah, but
At
we're
least
all
we
gonna
won't
fight
become
it.
enslaved.
Yeah.
I think one person dying is preferable to everyone dies and we don't win the game. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Yeah, but the thing is, we realise that if you blow the ship up, it ain't going to kill that snake 'cause it regenerates.
That is true.
No,
That was why we had to
like,
come up with a plan B.
Yeah, but the heat of the flame of the actual gunpowder.
That is
ignited.
true, apart from the fact that as soon as it sinks, it's in water and there is no flame.
But if you're on board a ship where you can be firing cannons at it, right? The damage from the initial blast and then the damage you can inflict thereafter is greater than damage we can inflict by firing cannons at a boat that we're already on, which means that we could die from that. And then secondly, you know, our hand-to-hand weapons might not be good enough. If we can at least blow it up and then keep shooting at it, it might be better.
But we have to make sure it ends up on fire.
Set the ship ablaze. Like I said, you got the grenades. If I plant the grenades while I'm going to the captain to protect him with the brains, the grenades might be enough to cause fire damage. If all you'll permit it.
But what's the difference? But my thing on that is, what's the difference between doing the grenades and blowing up the actual ship? Because they're both flame damage, and if it hits the water, it's going to regenerate. If it leaves the room, it hits anywhere else, it's going to regenerate because it's out of the flames.
The difference would be because it's frag grenades. If there's frag grenades going off near gunpowder barrels, that would be enough to, I would imagine, ignite that. Whereas cannonballs don't explode, they're just putting holes in things. The grenades might be enough to cause the fire and thus damage required.
Well, I don't know. What does everyone else think?
I think it's suicide to put everyone on the deck.
Not if we just take out the captain and the snake rather than the whole ship. Then we could take the ship, then we sail off into the sunset.
With that snake on board.
No, after we kill the snake, then we've got our own ship, and we can go on our merry way.
If those cannons fire at the ship, we can't be on it. We have to be ready to go up the ladder once the cannons are fired.
Yeah, we could just fire the cannons as a general distraction rather than at the ship.
I think
That's what I said in the bloody first place.
Yeah, that's what I thought we did in the first.
No. Captain One Leg over there. Never trust a man who's only got one sea leg.
The cannon should definitely sweep the deck though. They should definitely hit the boat. Just with us not on it.
Right. What's the plan? What's the final plan? Which one are we doing? Are we killing Derek or are we going all out? I say we don't split. That's my vote.
I say we don't split.
I vote we don't split. We don't split.
That's the majority.
Laura quietly said she doesn't want to split either.
I try.
I'm sorry, Derek. You won't be dying alone today.
So sweep the deck with cannons and then board it.
Yes.
I wouldn't use it to say it.
Do that.
I wouldn't use it when I'm saying I didn't want to split.
Sorry. Right, so we swap the deck with Derek.
So unclear. What are we doing then?
We're not sure. I think we're just going to board the ship and hoping that all together.
Well, fire the musket, get the cannons firing at the boat, and then board it.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Let's do it. Right. Locke's gonna enter the water and just start sort of swimming over there, breaststroke style.
So is the tramp on the thing out of it now?
The tramp's made his way out. He's going over towards the ship, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the tramp's heading out towards Captain Richard's ship, yeah?
Yes.
Stuff where I am.
Okay. So he jumps off the quayside into the water. Can someone roll a d20 for us?
Yeah, we're not taking my roll. Someone else do it.
Hold on. 18.
Ooh.
18. Okay.
Is it
So
just a straight dice roll?
Yeah, just a straight dice roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he jumps in and starts sort of floundering around, but eventually he starts to make a bit of progress, and he begins doggy paddling out towards this boat, this ship.
We should probably have checked if he could swim first.
That's what you just roll the dice for.
My God. Right.
So
I'm in the water swimming. I don't know where everyone else is.
Where are you headed to?
I'm heading towards the ghost ship.
Okay.
I forgot his name. What did you say his name was?
We're all heading to this ghost ship, aren't we?
The Santa Maria.
Yeah. Okay. So you two are swimming towards the ghost ship. What's Flint,
I'd follow.
Lura, and Swab doing?
Does a monk's speed increase work in water as well? Or does water count as difficult terrain?
Well, we'll say it counts for the benefit of. Although you are half orc,
It doesn't,
yeah.
doesn't make that much difference.
Yeah, you can have that.
I don't think it matters because we're all sort of waiting at the bottom of the ship at the start anyway, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
swimming.
a few of you have got dark vision, haven't you? You've got Derek, Flint, I know definitely have.
No idea.
And me.
Do Wood Elves get dark vision as standard?
Me.
Yeah.
Then yes.
Pick the orc.
Yeah, half orc does, yeah.
Um,
So you can just about see in the gloom the figure, or a very damp figure of somebody dragging himself up the side of Captain Richard's ship. So, Flint, would you like to roll a d20 for us?
I'm going to be just switch the backstroke for a minute and turn to Derek, a little bit out of breath, and be like, "Don't worry, we'll blow a lot of shit up."
I've got 15.
15. Okay, yeah. So he manages to flop on the deck without anybody, any of the ship's crew seeing him. But he's now out of sight.
Okay. I'll wait a few seconds. Wait a few seconds.
Are we all at the Santa Maria's sort of ladder now?
Yeah, so you've sort of swum your way up towards the Santa Maria. There are a couple of lanterns moving about on the deck, as I said earlier, but there's wet ropes hanging down, a bit of netting that's hanging down, all from sort of the top of the deck, and then there's the anchor chain that disappears into the body of the ship itself.
Guys, I think what we need to do is 3 others go to the other side of the ship, take the other ladder, but maybe climb in through the gun ports rather than just go straight up onto the main deck.
Locke will turn to me like, "Some good thoughts, my man," and he'll just start doing a bit of a breaststroke around the sort of around the keel of the ship.
Okay, so we got Locke and who else going around the side?
I'll
I'll
go
go
with Locke.
with
I'll go as well. Or
So we've got
then we go in.
Locke,
3 or
Derek.
2.
Locke, Flint, and Derek.
No, you have to say as in the other order. Flint, Locke, Derek.
Flint, Locke, and Derek. Oh,
Oh,
I've
Derek's
just tweaked it, like.
It's weird. As he was creating his character, I was going to be like, I think it was Flint or Flynn or something. And Andy chose a ranger. I was like, Jesus, you've stole my sheep, man.
Nah.
So we switched it up a bit.
I'll take it. I'll wait until we get into position before set the fire. Let the shot sound.
So are you guys going to climb the rope up onto the deck?
We're gonna do the musket shot first.
So you're sort of treading water, are you, with your gun ready to do the signal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Swab and Lura, what are you doing?
We're loitering around the anchor chain at the moment.
Okay, so you're sort of just hanging around there. Okay. Cool.
Lura's a bit seasick.
Take a shot.
Okay, so I'll sound the shot.
Are we waiting for the shot?
Yeah, waiting for the shot.
Am I making the shot? Who's making the shot?
I thought I was. I thought I was. This wasn't. I send the shot.
Yeah, go for it.
So I point the musket up and I'll take the shot. Just like the.
Okay. And as you do, so your musket erupts into the night sky, sending a ball flying up into the air, and you hear a bit of a commotion on the deck from the ship above you, and you see sort of the light shining over the top, and there's a couple of lanterns hanging over the side, and there's people looking over to see where the shot came from. You both want to, if all three of you on that side want to roll a d20 for us for stealth.
What's my stealth? +5. 18 with a +5.
Okay.
18 total. I mean, sorry.
Yep.
16.
16. Yeah. Derek.
16.
16. Okay. So yeah, you sort of managed to just swim just underneath the curve of the ship, so they can't quite see you. So you managed to hide yourself there, and you're almost beginning to give up hope of this cannon actually going off until you hear an almighty bang coming from the other side of the harbour. Unfortunately, on a 2, the cannon misses. So the cannon goes off, and you can almost hear as it sort of whooshes across the top of the ship in the night air. And there's all kind of a commotion going on across the harbour on this ship. The lights have all lit up. You guys can't really see it from where you are. You're around the other side, but Swab and Lura can see quite clearly. Captain Richard's ship is lit up like a Christmas tree now. All the lights are coming on. The deck is covered in lanterns going back and forth. There's shouting and hollering going on. And it's not long before you can kind of tell that the crew of the ship have found a stowaway on one of the lower decks.
I'm going to turn to Flint and to Swab and quite calmly say, "Come on, lads, a Frodo." Charge up the ladder.
Wait, what?
I just look at Locke and I'm like, what?
So I'm going to go up the ladder and I'm going to face myself at the top of it.
Yeah.
Is the Santa Maria going to react to the cannonball coming towards it?
Yeah, I was just going to say once. So you, Derek, you're climbing up the ladder. What are you two guys doing?
I'm going to follow him up shortly after, but I was going to see if they reacted first.
Well, you can hear a kind of a groan from inside of the ship as it sort of lurches and the anchor chain slowly starts to come up, and a bell starts to ring up high on the deck towards the back somewhere. The bell rings and the anchor chain is beginning to ready itself to come back in.
Cool.
I
Let's start
follow.
climbing up then.
Yeah, I follow as well. I have cutlass in mouth.
Hey, nice.
And Swab and Laura?
I'm going to grab hold of the anchor chain as it's raised.
Nice.
Okay.
Because I'm lazy.
Yep.
And Laura's going to cling on to my waist.
Okay. So the anchor chain starts to come up, and as it sort of makes its way through the porthole into the body of the ship, it pulls you to inside. So you both find yourselves in kind of the middle of the ship, in the sort of the middle deck there with all the rows of cannons. Give us a stealth check, the two of you.
I'll roll Laura right. Oh, hold on, we just found a stray child. I got 15 and Laura got about 5.
Ah, okay. So you pull the chain pulls you into the middle deck there, and you can see on the deck that there is one of the crew, quite a large chap. He is a human, but he's getting on for the size of an orc. He's pretty big, covered in muscles, and he's busy readying the cannons. He's messing about with gunpowder and balls, and he's moving things in place. He's obviously heard the warning bell go off. He doesn't spot you, Swab, as you go on, but he does spot Lura. He kind of turns and snarls and begins to walk towards her, or make haste towards her. So she wants to roll for initiative.
What point would we make it to the deck?
I'm going to have to kind of do it in 2 bits because you're sort of separated, but you're kind of just bridging the top of the deck. You can see 2 crew members up where the ship's wheel is. One of them is ringing the bell, and the other one is sort of making ready to turn the ship. None of them notice you because you all rolled good for your stealth.
Cool.
So, what was Lura's initiative?
He might not be. He's muted and down to the side. He might be dealing with children for a minute.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realise I was muted. Laura's going to deal with the children. I'll play her character for a bit.
No problem.
She got a 5. I got a 20.
Is that for initiative?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to join in as well, yeah? Okay. So Swab.
She's clinging onto my waist.
Swab, you can make the first move.
Okay. How far away is he?
He is about 10 foot in closing.
Very good. I will make my way towards him, and as per normal, I will try and smack him upside the end of the quarterstaff. Using a dice that's not crap.
Don't you call my dice crap?
That would be 19.
19 hits.
It wasn't your dice I was using at that point. 7. And I will also smack him upside the head as well. Just for the pleasure of it.
Yep.
That is a 20.
Oh, quite a crit.
Wow. And that does 5 damage.
5. So he sort of takes a hits. They sort of bruise his muscles and that, but he's still pretty healthy. He sort of snarls, turns at Laura, and he's got a big hammer that he uses for bashing the wadding in between the planks of a ship to keep it waterproof. There's probably a name for that type of hammer, but I don't know what it is offhand. And so he takes a massive swing with his hammer. Yeah. He gets. Okay, so 3 attacks, 19, a 1 and a 4.
The 19 hits.
19 hits, okay. He does 11 damage.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, Lura's go.
She's going to knock back a little bit by that. She's going to cast a spell on him. This is what happens when you let your wife choose the spells that she wants. I've not actually picked enough spells. Yeah, it's not showing them on here for some reason. She's going to use Thunderclap again. Which is that one. That misses.
Okay, was that like a 1 or something?
Yeah, it was a 3.
Okay. Okay, back round to Swab then.
I am going to attempt to grapple bloke. and see if I can throw him overboard.
Right.
It's opposed strength, isn't it?
Yeah. I rolled 17 plus 4, so 21.
Nat 20 plus 2.
Oh,
You
so I beat you.
lucky.
Oh, yeah. No, you got it. Just, yeah. Got him.
So I want to lift him up and lob him at the gun port, or the anchor hole, or whatever they call it.
Okay, he's not going to fit through it. He's quite a large chap, but you can certainly move him over that way. Are you going to try and push him through on the...
Yeah, if I try and push him through.
I've got an image of
Or
sort
at least
of.
wedge him.
Okay, so that would be another action probably, but you can certainly grab hold of him and move him in, start moving him in that direction.
I'll do that then. I'll just move him towards that.
Okay, so it's now his turn. He's going to attempt to get out of it. So we do another opposed strength. 5, 6, 8, 9,
12.
12. So no, he fails. Lura, your turn.
Hello. She's going to try and, while he's grappled, smack him with her. Well, she's going to try and stab him with the scimitar.
Okay, yeah. You can have advantage as well.
Oh, good. Why can I not equip the scimitar? It's helpful. Yeah. Yeah. That would be a 13 with advantage.
13 is a miss. Oh yeah.
That
She
was
misses. Okay, back to Swab.
I'm going to carry on trying to shove him through the porthole.
Okay, so you can chuck him out if you can do a strength test of 14 or higher.
Nope, that's a 5.
Well,
Okay, so as you're stuffing him up, you're sort of grabbing onto the sides and kicking back at you. And he's going to try and break his grapple again. 4 is 15.
that's what you get for trying to toss him off.
What did you get? What did you get?
12.
12, 15. So he's broken out of the grapple now. Lura, your turn.
Oh, 2 seconds. See you in a bit. Lura is. Right, where do we go? Going to use fairy fire.
Very nice.
Each object in the 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, violet, yellow. Maybe not. I thought it was better than that.
I think it just lights people up, doesn't it, more or less?
Yeah, basically, it just makes them look pretty.
Yeah. Quite handy for distractions. A bit like a cannonball.
After all that, she had water walk as well. She's going to try and smack him again with the scimitar, just because I can't be asked to go all through her spells. That is a 14.
14 just about hits.
Uh, 7 damage.
Okay, and we'll cut back up to the top deck so the lads aren't sitting out for too long. So you're just peeking over the edge, as I said, and you can see a couple of crew near the back of the ship. One's ringing the bell and one's making ready to sail.
So due to our stealth check, Derek will obviously was the first in line, so he's going to pop over the top. And he's just going to start shouting orders. The lively lads are under attack. Come on, trim that sail. And he's going to start waving the jar of brains. Where's Captain Sanchez? I need Sanchez now. I've got a ship, but come on, lads.
Okay.
Locke's gonna jump over behind him and is like, "Arr!" Just sort of battle cry into the air, sort of blending a bit.
Right. And Flint?
I come over, and more or less, I sort of jump over the rail. As I do, I pull the cutlass out of my mouth, pull my hand crossbow, and I will prepare. I'm more or less, I just start shouting with the rest of them.
Okay.
How many are there actually up here with us? Sorry.
There's two that you can see on the upper deck.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to start chatting with the others.
Okay, so Derek, a deception check, if you will.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever in my life asked for a deception check. It's not one you very often.
21.
21. They look a bit puzzled and they don't immediately recognise you, but they can see your tattoos, and the jar of brains kind of swings it, and they go, "Oh, you made it here quick! The others are just in the boat. Look!" And they sort of point over towards the quayside, and you can see 2 or 3 of the rowing boats that were moored up with lots of pirate-looking chaps all bundling into it and beginning to paddle your way. There's probably there's about
Sorry.
There's about 8 in each boat. 3 boats headed your way, so quite a number of pirates. It'll take them a little while to paddle over there, but yeah.
Quick, lads. Lower the cannons, start firing. They're not us. They're the guys that are trying to attack us. Quickly.
Locke's gonna make it look a bit more official by actually starting to lower a cannon and aim it, just to sort of see if any follow suit.
They're not us. That cannon came from that ship over there, from Captain Richards. What? I don't understand.
It's all a distraction. They're trying to board this ship and take this ship. They're not part of this crew. Take them out now.
Flint's sort of standing there behind Derek, sort of nodding, smiling, like, yeah, it's true, yeah.
Yeah, that's. I think a persuasion check is going to be in order there. That's quite a tall tale.
Persuasion. Do I have persuasion? Yes, I do. 17.
17. Well. I'll go and make the guns ready. Pete, you go and tell Sanchez. And so one of them goes down to do the guns, and they just look across at you and say, "You know what to do." And so one's gone down towards the gun deck, and the other one's heading off towards Captain Sanchez to advise him. Okay, so we cut back to downstairs, and it's Locke's turn.
Locke?
No, it's not.
Locke's up on deck.
Not
Swab?
sorry, big one. Not Luck. I mean
Lura?
Swab. Lura just missed, didn't she? With the no, sorry, you just
No, she hit.
yeah,
7
she
points
hit
of
you.
damage.
Yeah, so it's back round to you.
No, I have to put it in. What's waiting for the other Tito? I'm going to smack him with the quarterstaff since I can't fit him to the damn hole. And miss.
Okay. Right, he is going to take a swing at you.
Okay.
This time. Oh Christ!
No, put yours in.
So we got a nat 20. We've got 18 and 6. We've got 14. So we got 20, 26, and 24.
Jesus.
20, 26, and 24. I'm assuming they all hit.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, I'll do the non-crits first. So 12 points for the first one, damage. Second one is 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
And the one that was a crit, oh god, 13, 26 points of damage.
I am deaded.
So he started swinging his hammer around, bash, bash, and he's knocked you out to the ground, just as his crewmate has come down from the deck above and sort of seen what's going on. And now he's rushing over to join the melee. Lura, your turn.
Lura is going to try and attack the one that's just hit me. Probably unsuccessfully. That is a 15.
15 is a hit.
7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. Okay, so the second one arrives on the scene now. But we're just cut to the guys upstairs. What are you guys doing?
Just quickly, Ollie. If it's still possible, given the time, would it be okay to leave Swab as deaded?
Cool, shit.
Because we could do to head off in a couple of minutes. Well, in a little while.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah, okay. So he sort of passed. He's no longer with us.
Past his
okay.
solo date.
So guys upstairs, what are you doing?
Well, I was going to go for basically a meeting with Captain Sanchez by tricking regular deck crew into believing that we're under attack, but it's not us that's attacking them.
So you're off to find Captain Sanchez's cabin, are you?
Well, yeah. So I asked the other crew members to attack the
Can we not
boats
just
coming
follow
in.
the guy that ran down?
Hey?
When you passed your persuasion, one went below to sort the guns out, the other one ran off to inform Sanchez. Can we not just follow him so we know the way to go?
Yeah, so the idea was to get them firing on their own crew.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And we were going to go and meet Sanchez with our brains.
Sweet.
That was the idea. So I guess we're off to see Sanchez.
How did Swab full on die, or is he just death saving?
No, he's dead.
He's proper dead.
He's dead, Jib. Dead, Jib.
I take it Laura's on her own downstairs with that nasty guy then.
Unbeknown to you, yes.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't know, so I'm guessing we are going towards Sanchez way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sanchez, please, Ollie.
Okay. So you follow the guy into Sanchez's cabin. I assume you're going straight in after the pirate that had gone down that way, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you burst your way into Sanchez's cabin with the other pirate, and you find sitting at his desk the imposing figure of a large man leaning over his charts. Sitting on the desk, you notice in a glass jar a black serpent writhing and hissing. He hears you enter, turns up, looks at the pirate, then looks at you and says, "I've been expecting you."
So I just slammed that jar of brains down on his desk. I got your shipment, Captain.
And with that, the second crew member lurches towards Allura. Miss, 19.
That will hit.
Will hit, okay. 7 damage.
She took 11 on the last one, didn't she?
Yeah. As he bounds over, he steps on the head of Swab, which pops like a melon under his weight.
Oh.
Nice.
R.I.P. Swab.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Second crew member attacks Allura. That's another nat 20. 13 and 6. 19 and 21.
Both hit.
So 26, 19 and 21. They all hit, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So first one is 9 hit points of damage.
Okay.
Second one is 14 hit points of damage.
Oh dear.
And the last one is the critical one is 14 total.
Very dead.
Oh dear.
Unconscious dead or dead dead?
Dead.
Dead as a doorpost.
Like double health dead.
Yeah. They are hard hitters. I'll tell you at the end if anyone wants to know which stats we were using. But anyway, so yeah, he just starts flailing into her with hammer swing upon hammer swing, turning her into pulp, basically. And with that, they turn and carry on making ready their cannons. So you three guys are in with Captain Sanchez.
Is he sort of being nice to us because we brought him his shipment, or is he just knowing that we're what we're here for?
He knows exactly who you are.
How many people are in the room?
You three, Captain Sanchez, one of the crew, and his snake.
Sanchez, what do you think we're here for exactly?
You're here to become my crew, but you're 45 minutes early.
Well, we brought you the shipment. Perhaps you could remove this curse from us, and we'll be on our way and no further bloodshed.
Doesn't quite work like that, but I'll take the shipment anyway.
Well, how about this? And Derek will reach into his satchel as usual. Does anyone smoke around here?
On that, Locke will again pull out his trusty cigar. He's at 1, 2, 3. He's only got 2 cigars left. Light one up and take a big puff. Also, Mr. DM, can you describe the cabin and size and layout sort of thing for us, please?
It won't be big.
It is a fairly large cabin. I'm trying to think of a size that we'll all. So maybe it's about 20 foot square. At the far end is kind of a large glass bay window that offers panoramic views of everything behind the ship.
Yep.
There's a large chandelier. It's not got a massively high ceiling. Obviously, it's a boat.
So take it we're like just inside the cabin, and then there's sort of him, and then his snake, and then the bay window.
Yeah, there's sort of big double doors that you've just entered by. You're standing by those.
Yep.
Directly in front of you is the other crew member. And then between the desk and the crew member is standing Captain Sanchez. He's got a big old sort of about 8 foot wide desk with a big leather rollback chair covered in charts and scrolls, and there's a big glass jar with a serpent sitting on it. And around the walls are various sideboards and cupboards that hold his books and whatnot.
Cool, thank you.
Right, Sanchez, I'm telling you now. And I'm going to pull out 2 grenades. Hold them there.
Locke will draw his sword at the same time.
Alright, let's have let's roll for initiative, I guess.
As this happened, can I Hunter's Mark him?
Nice.
Yep.
Can Hunter's Mark stack?
Can I try and
Damages.
intimidate him? We do a.
But only for me.
Or we do a.
Intimidate, did you say?
Yeah.
You can try.
Certainly try. Oh, Jesus. Okay, forget that. Forget that. Okay, let's do initiative then, I suppose.
Initiative is 12 on me.
I've got 15.
I've also got 15.
Okay. Okay, Derek is up first.
Cool. Okay, so I was sort of midway through speaking. I was going to say,
Yeah, sorry about that.
that's right. We're leaving this cabin with no tattoos. You can be alive or dead. I guess you want to be dead. He quickly throws the grenades back into his bag because they're not going to be any use of this range. Blunderbuss instead, pointing directly at the tank with the serpent in it. Attack roll was 3.
So yeah, it fires off, fills the room with smoke and the smell of gunpowder. Sails past the tank with the snake in it, but does smash one of the windows. He just laughs and says, "Life's overrated. I tried it once." Okay, next up is Flint.
How close is the snake and Captain between each
To
other?
you,
No, I mean, are they quite close together?
yeah, he's standing in front of his desk.
Standing in front of his desk. I would like to, as a bonus action, cast Hail of Thorns.
Okay,
And that more or less on my next shot. Any creature
there's a picture of the captain.
Nice.
Any creature within
That's a
5
nice picture.
feet of the initial target has to do a DC save or take D10 damage. So I will do. I'm going to shoot at the snake with the hand crossbow.
Okay,
And we've got. Where is it? 26.
26 is a hit.
Now, what is the addition to So, anyone within the 5 feet of the actual target has to make a dexterity saving throw. And DC is 13.
I can only just hear you. Is that for the Hail of Thorns?
Yeah, that's from the Hail of Thorns on the attack. So,
Okay.
DC 13.
What's the area for that?
It's anyone within 5 feet of the initial target, which was the snake.
Okay, so that would be Sanchez as well then.
Yeah.
So Sanchez rolled Dex save, did you say?
Yeah.
7.
Right, okay, so he's hit. On the D10 now. So Sanchez would take 3 damage.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the snake will take.
The snake rolled 22.
Oh no, the snake doesn't need to take it. Snake gets hit by my initial attack.
Oh, automatic. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So the snake will take. It's 1d6 plus 4. So it'll be 6 damage from that.
Okay.
And then I will hit. Take another shot at Sanchez this time. And got 7 plus 9, so that's 16.
16. Go on. Okay. Okay.
Is that a hit?
Yep, that hits.
So that's 1d6 plus 4. That's 6, that's 10. And then I get to do an extra 1d8 damage on top of that because of Colossus Slayer. Plus 7, so it'll be 17 against Sanchez.
17.
Yep.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. So So Sanchez is up now. He turns to his desk, grabs hold of the jar, throws it on the floor, smashing it. And as the jar smashes, the snake is kind of set free. And almost in front of your eyes, let me just change the picture. It turns into this. There we go.
It's a nice giant cobra.
Yeah, so it kind of grows in size, or not filling the room, but it grows to sort of large proportions, and starts hissing and snarling and snaring at you. And Sanchez kind of lumbers forward, and he makes an attack at. Before is at Flint. So he attacks with 22 on one attack, 12 and 13.
Okay, so the 22 hits, and that's it.
The 22 hits, okay. And that does 12 damage. Next up is Locke.
Locke is... What's the sort of size of the snake? Is it sort of 10 foot or bigger or...?
Yeah, it's about maybe about 15 foot long and probably as thick as a human.
Cool. Right, I am going to cast Hunter's Mark on the snake-like being, and go for a musket shot. Is there any sort of like drink on the captain's desk?
Yeah, there can be a bottle of rum on there or something.
Can I sort of use my action instead of attacking to light that and throw it at it?
Use your action to light it.
To sort of like make a sort of makeshift Molotov and throw it at the snake.
What would you throw at it? Oh yeah,
like the decanter or whatever it is.
You can move towards the desk, but the crew member Sanchez and the snake would all get attacks of opportunity as you kind of move past them.
Bloody hell!
The desk is sort of behind, if you see what I mean.
In that case, can I shoot at the decanter and hopefully it'll sort of spray it outwards? It won't light it, but it'll. What do you want me to roll for that? Just a normal 20?
Yeah, normal to hit. We'll give it an AC of 14.
We're going for a 7.
So yeah, you shoot and you manage to smash one of the windows in his nice bay window as well.
Well, that didn't go down so well. That's all I've got.
Okay. So next up is the snake. Okay, so the snake is going to attack. This time he attacks Locke.
Lovely.
So one with its bite, which is 11 to hit.
11 is a miss.
No. And 2 with its tail, which are 22 and 11 again.
The 22 hits, the 11 doesn't.
Okay. And so you take 12 damage.
Oof. 26. Yep.
The snake's kind of riding around and thrashing out at you. The crew member takes his turn now, and he attacks Derek, making 3 attacks with his hammer. He's got a crit. That's 26. He's got 7. Huh. The one fails. So you got away right there. probably. So 14 damage. Oh, 14 doubled to 28. 28 damage.
Really?
Wait, so yeah.
That's nasty.
That's horrid.
Only because it was a critical hit, unfortunately, so it was doubled. Back round to you, Derek.
Yeah. That is not nice. Okay. I'm kind of on the deathbed, really. After that. What do I need to do to grapple with the snake?
What? What?
It's an opposed strength check.
Okay. Can I just get Locke to throw me his cigar? I'm going to light a grenade, grapple with that snake, and try and shove it down his throat. If I take myself out in the process, I've got 7 HP left. I'm not much use in this fight. I can at least take that snake out.
Okay.
So
Come on, that man needs inspiration. That's class.
Oh, let's do a strength then. Okay.
cigar.
So 18 I got.
Oh, Jesus. 18. No, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14.
14. So you grab hold of the snake, but he's too strong. It's like trying to grab hold of a gorilla. Really, you can just feel the strength of this creature as you get your arms around it. You're strong enough to wield a swivel cannon, but not quite strong enough and wrestle a cheese. But a giant snake is another matter.
Okay, well, I've got a lit grenade in my hand, and that is going to do 5d6 piercing in a 20-foot radius.
What, the entire room?
So that's everybody in the room.
So DC 15 dex save.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Oh, nice.
We got a 15. Does a 15 clear it, or does that mean it's not?
It's equal to, so does equal or greater? Is that save?
Yeah.
Equal is what, sorry, half?
It's half. Hang on.
Oh, no, wait. Is it a saving throw, or
Equals-
is it classed as?
It's a
It's
save.
a saving throw. So you get half damage on a save.
Yeah.
So what do I get a plus in? Do I get a plus to it?
Yeah, your dex modifier.
Oh, I got 20 then.
The full amount of damage is 19 hit points.
I'm alright, I'm not taking it.
What was the DC?
15.
15.
And it's half damage on a save.
Oh,
Yeah.
How many hit points damage, sorry?
19.
19.
how do we half 19? Do we round up, down?
Round it, make it the easiest. So, well, it's 8, isn't it? Half of not. Call it 8, yeah.
It kills me.
No, 9 and 9 is 18, isn't it? So call it 9.
Kills me.
9 on
but
a
it
save.
does some damage to that snake. And everyone else in the room, in fact. So how's the captain faring?
So the captain failed to save, so he's on his last legs. The snake saved, so he's okay.
Derek's long gone.
Oh, the crew member saved as well.
Oh dear.
Derek, who was already tiny, is into even more tiny little bits and pieces.
So is Derek dead?
Derek is dead.
Dead.
Very
Not
dead.
dead, so dead, but dead.
He's really dead. He's
Jesus.
They killed quite a few people tonight.
bearing in mind he was holding the grenade, so he is in lots of bits and pieces all over the place.
Flint, how are you doing?
Too bad actually. Just under half.
Same
You
here.
passed all right, did you?
Just under half.
Okay, cool. Right, in that case, it's Flint's turn.
Does that grenade blast class as fire to stop it regenning?
It does.
Sweet.
For that turn. Yeah, for that that damage.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you what stat it is in when we're finished.
Mike, stop making pirates that die.
Poor Mike's not playing me anymore if I keep killing these characters.
Actually, I think, did we end up sacrificing Colin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
The best pirates are pirates that die. That's how
True.
the combination.
Very true.
There's no more windows in this cabin either. You've blown them all out.
I don't think there's much cabin left either.
No.
Is Snakey looking at least bloodied or anything?
Can
Can we tell anything by its movements or anything like that?
It took a bit of damage originally, but regenerated it, and then he took some more damage when he got hit with a grenade. He can't regenerate that damage, but
Cool.
he saved, so he only took 9.
Yeah.
Just trying to think now what I want to do. I can't move Hunter's Mark just yet. Right, I'm going to go for. I'm going to attack Sanchez
Mhm.
first. I'm going to go with my cutlass.
Come on, Flint.
And I got that's 23, no 22.
22's a hit.
He takes.
Is this Sanchez you were going for? Sorry. Yep.
I'll get an extra 1d6 because of Hunter's Mark on him. So I'm going to roll that and the actual damage of the weapon together. So 3 plus 4 is 7. And I'll get an extra d8 just of Colossus Slayer. 7 on top. So that's 14 damage.
14. How'd you kill him?
I more or less I just run straight up to him, grab him by the back of his head with my cutlass. I'll ram it through his eye socket. All the time screaming Derek.
This is for Derek.
Sanchez
is dead.
Right, with my bonus action, I'm going to move the Hunter's Mark over to his snake. Then I will move with the snake with the cutlass.
Can only just hear you, mate. You're drifting out.
Sorry. Yeah, bonus action, I'm going to move the Hunter's Mark over to the snake.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to move over myself to the snake and attempt to attack it with my cutlass again.
Okay.
So I get a 20. Non-crit.
That's a hit. Yeah, that hits.
So that's 2d6 plus 4. That's 8, 12. And I can't do the 1d, so it's just 12 damage normal to the snake.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
That's my turn.
It's looking good. Okay, Sanchez is gone, so Locke, it's your turn.
Locke is going to start messing around with his hands, and suddenly a massive sort of torrent of wind is going to shoot up below the snake as he casts Wind Wall.
Ooh.
So it's only 1 foot thick, so I'm attempting to not hit Flint as I do it. Shape however you choose. You must make a strength saving throw. How do I know what the actual? I don't know what you have to beat to whether you get it or not.
It's your
The spell with spellcast, you have a attack modifier and a spell DC. So it'd be your spell DC.
I don't know. Where would I? Well, I don't even think I've done that. Where would that be?
what class are you?
I'm a ranger.
You're a ranger.
Probably be between 12 and 14, something like that. Do you know what your spellcasting ability is?
Wisdom, same as mine.
My wisdom is 16 plus 3.
So it is
There should be 13, I think.
So it would be 3, yeah. 8 plus 3, no, it'd be 14.
14.
Yeah,
14.
8 plus 3
Okay,
for
so,
efficiency, plus 3 for his wisdom.
so strength save is 11. So I've got 11 plus 4, 15. I've got.
Half as much on a successful one, so 3d8. Let's find that. So you got a 6, a 5, and a 7. 11. So 18. Half of 18.
Half of 18. That's 9.
Yes, 9 damage. And it lasts for 1 minute.
So it can't. Does it take damage every time it tries to pass through the wall?
Shape is. 1 second. Small or smaller flying creatures and stuff can't pass through it. Lightweight materials can. Large boulders and large enemies and such can. But it becomes as difficult terrain. But with the distance, it shouldn't really matter.
Half speed. Okay.
Does Hunter's Mark only affect physical attacks, doesn't it, if I remember rightly?
I believe so.
Yeah, weapon attacks. Okay, that's the end of that then.
Okay.
You've got another attack though, haven't you?
Oh, yes!
Attack.
I do. I wish you'd have reminded me of this, like, at the start.
Last 9.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually going to use my scimitar to attack the snake for a nat 20.
Oh, lovely.
A nat 20
Double.
plus
Double your damage.
1d6 plus 3. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 damage plus. What's Hunter's Mark? Is that 1d6?
Yeah, 1d6 on top.
That's an extra 1.
What archetype did you go down?
I didn't, because I forgot to do it.
Okay.
What's the total damage?
What was my first roll? Sorry, did anyone hear?
10.
So 11 total. So the extra 1d6 was only a 1.
Okay. Okay. Snake's looking pretty ropey now. Nevertheless, he will move to attack.
Dodge the no probe.
Blooded, shall we say. So on a roll of 5, he attacks Locke.
Ooh.
Okay. So with his bite attack, 19.
19 hits.
19 hits. Okay. 1d6 plus 4. So 3 and 4 is 7 points of damage.
Ooh. He's getting low.
He's got his tail, which is a 6 and 7 is 13.
13 misses. Locke will
And
do
then
a little bit of a tumble
attack.
over that tail swipe.
Second attack is 10.
And 10 misses. So Locke does a bit of a fancy jump over the tail swipes. He's looking rather blooded and beat up.
So the crew member, who's actually looking pretty good really, he's hardly been touched because everyone's been concentrating on the others. He makes his attack.
I forgot about him.
For Locke as well, I'm afraid. He's got his 3 hammer attacks, which is pretty bad. So the first one is 7.
That's a miss.
Second one, 12.
That's a miss.
And 15 is the last one.
Miss?
Oh, get it.
Oh, lucky. Very lucky.
So back round to the beginning, back round to Derek, who's dead.
Derek's just sort of painted us all.
Flint, you're up.
Okay. Right. I am going to first attack. What I want to do. Right, cutlass again against the snake.
Mhm.
I've got a 20.
Oh, is that a natural 20?
Not a natural, unnatural.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be 2d6 plus 4, because I'm counting the Hunter's Mark on this first one. That's 11 plus 4 is 15, plus d8 for the Colossus part, which is 6, 21 damage.
21 damage.
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
How'd you
Nice.
kill it?
I kill it.
You did. Tell me how.
Um,
Come on, make this epic.
yeah, I'm gonna have to. Right. So with the actual war there, pushes Flint up. He rides the air up into the air. As he comes back down, he slams all the way up to the hilt of his cutlass into the skull of this snake, pinning its mouth and jaws shut, and pinning its actual head down into the actual the boards of the room.
Nice.
Fantastic. And as you do, the crew member that's standing there almost changes before your eyes. The years fall off. He kind of shrinks in size to a kind of a young man. The tattoo on his arm disappears. Just as you strike your final blow, the rest of the crew that were rowing across the harbour come pouring into the room, and all begin to start changing as well. The tattoos on your arms start to fade and move away, and you didn't really realise, but the fog that was clouding your minds and beginning to sort of slow you is kind of dispersing, and you feel like you're coming back to your senses. Any effects from that wacky is disappearing instantly, and you feel kind of
Lovely.
almost reborn, I guess. The ship is starting to. The ship starts to creak and is starting to fall to bits around you as the magic that holds the whole thing together is beginning to fail.
So is there a bit of a sad moment with a tattoo on what's remaining of Derek's arm that slowly fades?
At this point,
It does slowly fade away.
this number has worked out well, and Locke just reaches into his top pocket, pulls out his last 2 cigars. I told you I only had 2. Passes one over to Flint, lights them, and celebrates.
The 2 survivors. And that is the end of Captain Sanchez, his giant snake, and the one shot that was La Santa Maria.
Hey.
Congratulations, well done, guys.
We just about did it.
With 16 minutes to spare.
16 minutes till we were taken.
Yeah.
Once that clock struck 12, there was going to be a definite stop. Game over. You are zombies.
I can see why you were so hell bent on starting at 8 o'clock now.
Oh yeah, it was a time-bound adventure.
That was good, that one. That was definitely one of the best ones we've done for a while, that. It was very good.
That was brilliant. Well done.
Very, very good.
It was a choice though. If the crew member was still alive after the snake, it was sort of a choice of whether I heal me or Locke.
That was what I was trying to decide, whether to carry on attacking or whether to cure wounds on you.
I left second level and 1 first level spell slot.
I had
specifically for it.
I had a single first level spell slot left. That's it.
Oh.
I wondered whether someone would just try and escape through the
window.
Through the window, or just set light to the whole thing, or there's lots of different ways you could kind of do it. But there is an option if Derek is particularly keen on thingy, that the witch doctor did say she could bring people back.
I was gonna suggest we go to the witch doctor, but I don't know whether we'd need bodies, and I certainly didn't know whether we could carry all Derek's parts.
Well, I was planning on, if the tattoo stayed there, I was actually going to take his skin with the tattoo on up to her, because that was something magic. Like the mark was sort of magical or something, wasn't it? You know whether that could.
There is a chest in Captain Sanchez's cabin that contains about 2,000 gold pieces worth of treasure. as well as a rare magical item for each of you to choose from. You'll find a selection in the DMG if you want.
I think that with that money we should pay the witch doctor lady, buy her a shed load of mermaid baccy to bring our teammates alive.
Yeah, but I'll probably try and find the beggar, give him his money.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well, he was kind of captured by that other team, but
I think the beggar might be well and truly in the proverbial.
Is there an official solution to actually solving the problem of what to do with the boat and Sanchez and the snake?
Well, I mean, I don't tend to write solutions. I tend to write the problems. But incidentally, the snake was a troll reskinned. So a normal troll from the monster manual. I halved its hit points, and I halved the amount it can regenerate. So if you have a look at the troll, you'll see that fire stops it regenerating. So I used a troll for that. The ship's crew were bear folk from Toma Beasts.
yeah.
They're a CR3 level monster. Captain Sanchez was also one of the bear folk as well, the standard one. He was going to be something else, but because the crew member followed you in there, I couldn't keep flicking between the pages. So I just kept him as a bear folk. He was going to be someone else that was a level 3, so it was the same as keeping it like that. And the ogres were just ogres with a bit of flavour.
Flavour.
That was the stats that I used.
I'm just quickly going to say thank you to all of you for watching all the way to the end. Thank you to Mike, Tom, Louise, Ash for playing, and a massive thank you to Ollie for writing and running this.
Always a pleasure.
And I will sign off with that. Thank you for watching. Okay, we're offline.
Off air.
Off air.
That was good. That was a good, really good game. I loved it. But, well, what else can you say about it, really?
I really like the stuff you got up to in the market, nicking the cheese and the bits and pieces. that was pretty unscripted, and you were. I assumed that you were going to have to fight your way through the warehouse, and you managed to dodge around that without any problem. That was really cool as well, and you had me quite worried about how you was going to get onto the boat. There's all kinds of plans and stuff going on there.
That was just everything was up in the air with that. But I'm glad when Mike pulled his tattoo out and the sort of warehouse guy was like, yeah, he recognised it. That was a good move.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I was never too worried. It was just getting on that boat that worried me.
I could see your like trepidation about that plan, but I don't know.
It was just when we got through to, we were going to use the tramp to set the guns off, and then we were going to like storm the boat. It was only when we were when I said about we should split up and take it from